Yeah, at the bar radio.
Nigga Billy Bear at the bar radio.
Just know why within you. It's just a it's a different day, you know the same story, nigga. I've been retire like a robber, nigga. They know me. Yeah, they like my story. Keep that like a party with me. Oh, no, I like that people. She getting out a lot of better. So they know I'm moving, stripping now. It's got it with the right. So they always know I'm very wild. They slow living, working my no, I got a vision. It's no, you also know. Missing government, one that's a stay home, a broken politicians. I can carry it, wait, never deal with the opposition. My homie trying to beat the case, but he ain't a pocket pincher. I'm trying to cut my brother, he caught up with locking pigeons. And I can never change when they don't love him, got them riches. And when you bitch ass, she's wrong. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. And when you bitch ass, she's on the ball. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. Yeah.
Hey Tuna, you made this?
And when you bitch ass, she's on the ball. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. And when you bitch ass, she's on the ball. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. Different day, you know the same story, nigga. I've been retire like a robber, nigga. They just thought they know me. Hit them like my story. Keep that like a party with me. Oh, you know I like that people. She getting out a lot of better. So they know I'm moving, stripping out. It's got it with the right. So you know I'm very wild. 'Cause they slow living, working my brother. No, I got a vision. It's no, you also know. Missing government, one that's a stay home, a broken politician. I can carry it, wait, never dealt with the opposition. My homie trying to beat the case, we had a pot of pitch. I'm trying to cut my brother, he caught up with locking pitches. And I can never chase when they don't love him, got them riches. I've been missing when you bitch ass, she on the phone. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. And when you bitch ass, she on the phone. Trying to figure out where to get it at. Just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that. Yo, just know why you did your jam. It's just that pain and it's that get back. It's a different day, you know the same story, nigga.
Yo. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is your man 151. I got me and CP3 in the building.
You know it.
Lady Antoinette is not here, so we're just waiting on the strippers to get here.
They're gonna be here soon enough. Soon enough.
She is actually out celebrating her young lady graduating college. Full Sail University together, I think Friday.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So definitely congratulations. That's something very big. So just to let y'all know, for some reason TikTok has blocked us again.
It ain't my fault. See, it ain't my fault this time, so you can't blame me.
But we're on IG. But we are here. A couple good things that done happened. So first off, I gotta give a shout out to my nephew Shy. It was his birthday on Friday.
Happy birthday, little man. Seen some of the pictures.
He used to when he was little, for some reason, he used to just get my sister's cell phone and just randomly call the show every freaking for like a year.
I remember that.
And then he just wouldn't say that, he just laughed.
Because he knew what he was doing.
So definitely shout out to him. So we was at Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese is the devil.
Oh, trust me, I know.
So, you know, I went to go do Big Uncle stuff. And I wanted to give them some time. But I had both my nephews there. Shout out to my other nephew, CJ. So I had to get CJ and I had to get Shy. Yeah, $45.
I'm glad my nieces and nephews are in their teenage years now, so it's no more Chuck E. Cheese. I got my great nieces, so.
No, that ain't even the worst part.
Yeah.
So then I decided, well, I'm at Chuck E. Cheese, I'm bored, so I do what any adult does. I see an alcoholic beverage on the menu and I want one. So I get a beer and I'm hungry now. Cause it's like 9 o'clock.
Hey, you gotta turn your levels up, saying they can't hear you on your mic.
They should be able to
There
hear.
you go. Yeah, I didn't hear any
They
at
should
first.
be
Yeah.
able to hear.
All right, so
I'm
yeah,
gonna check it in a second.
yeah, no doubt, no
So
doubt.
they should be able to hear.
Appreciate that.
So I went I went and got a beer and some wings. Guess how much that shit was?
About $25.
That shit was $29.
Damn.
$30.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like when I went to the stadium. I took my nephew to the preseason game. We got 2 large lemonades in souvenir cups. $30. Lemonade, not even a beer. And then I got me a 25. I got fancy and got me a Stella 25 ounce instead of my regular Budweiser. That motherfucker was $19 for a 25 ounce can. Now you can buy a 25 ounce Budweiser for $3 at the liquor store. I paid $19 for a 25 ounce Stella in the stadium. Now, I'm not one of those people that bash the Commanders and talk about ticket price and all that, but that's utter fucking ridiculous. So I hope that, because a lot of folks said they're going to boycott the, not buy beers and, when they tailgate, just get real fucked up before the game.
Yo.
But, yeah, these prices are getting ridiculous. I mean, I've been blessed. I've been over like 50 games and I haven't paid for a ticket one time. So I'm blessed because I know people and, people look out for me. So I don't mind spending a couple of dollars on, some beverages, but ain't no way in the hell.
Well, they not hearing us. I see what.
Uh-oh.
Let me make the adjust.
So
The
we,
things are not moving.
uh-oh.
Guess we go to a video.
All right, sound like a plan.
If you ain't boss, switch your position, they hating me on the low. I cannot listen, I pack the bag if you tripping. I got me your superstition that you been looking for white. Hit me up on this mission, my grandma told me, boy, watch what you pitching, you stay safe at the place. And now what you whipping, they just all in my business. God knows just where to pivot. No, like I be rapping, talking chase when I'm tripping. Say I be high. But I think existence searching, click put on the planet, spitting out just through a tenant. Try to do me good, but they say I'm a menace. Get back and forth like a sentence, and I came over down with Dennis. Try to do me some good, but they say I'm a menace. We back and forth like it's tennis, and I can't mold out my image.
Every now and then,
Can't really change what you already felt.
It's ready. It's time. It's time.
We never did help.
You said we having a short show, nigga.
Let's just show you what's real and just get back to this business, you know. I'm trying to make a flip a buck for more to me. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be.
yo,
I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's the Southside Squad, niggas voted me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. A rapper step up to me. That be a no-no. I be deaf cause they so WWE. I got the game in a chokehold. Slam me just like a logo. Just keep it on the low-low. They like I'm back on my mojo. Man, I still be great. Either riding or solo. Used to bag up them Cincos just to make back that Ocho. Going into OT when I was loving that Coco. Spitting all on some promo. I'm talking tables and photos. Dying for what I love. I forgot about the Toto. Don't become a G-Rush. That mean you breaking the broco. Man, all of these threats, I might just buy me a fofo. Try to get all of these checks so I don't see you just no more. Man, you rapping this niggas. I see you to change. Even when I touch my first minute, I stay the same. You can't deliver the genre. Fuck this game like a porno. They hearing this like, oh no, ain't from DC, but he go. Trying to make a flip off a quarter pick. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be. I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's the Southside Squad, niggas 40 clips. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me.
yeah. Okay, now I'm back. Get out of here.
Mic check, 1, 2,
What is
baby.
this? Yeah.
Appreciate
Okay,
the looking
now
out,
we
letting
back.
us
Get
know.
out of here.
I always appreciate our folks for checking out my feed.
Two,
or
what is
his
this?
feed. Mine is Turtle the Third with 3 eyes. His is at the Bar Radio Podcast on YouTube. So go give a follow and subscribe and check us out. Because we always live streaming and we got much more in the works coming down the pipeline, baby. So go give a follow and subscribe and check us out. Because we always live streaming and we got much more in the works coming down the pipeline.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey man, we tried that before.
We're gonna,
Man,
we're gonna
strippers,
try
I had to get away from the stripper game,
Larry
man.
CPT off to the
Getting a little
first
too
of
old for that now. I can't deal with these young. I can't deal with these young strippers, man. It's a whole different generation out there now, bro. Getting a little too old for that now. I can't deal with these young.
What?
I can't deal with the game to change now, bro. It's hard. It's they out here pimping themselves now, so it's nothing for a dude to do because with the OnlyFans and all the other ways they can make income, doing what they do. It's hard out there, bro.
Here's the thing. So speaking of OnlyFans and strippers,
Oh boy. Doing what they do.
Black China.
So
I think
here's the thing. So speaking of OnlyFans and strippers,
OnlyFans makes $20 million.
Black China, I think is the highest paid
That's-
person
it's,
on OnlyFans.
I gotta go
She
back
makes
to what my
$20
man
million a
said.
month.
Rest in peace, Pimp C. Pimping ain't dead. It's just moved to the website. And I gotta go back. I just told you I just got on TikTok and that's where everything is hot right now. And I'm seeing some of these folks on here with millions of followers and millions of likes in some of these houses that they're living in. And you see how they're affording them. I saw one guy said he started his OnlyFans in his first month. He made $20,000. He gave it to his sister to pay off her college tuition. He had a video of him throwing $20,000 in cash at her to pay off her college tuition because his first month on OnlyFans, he made $20,000.
You thought about stripping for OnlyFans, sir?
Bruh, I was thinking about it the other night, man. When I saw that report from Black China, I was like, man, there's dudes on there doing it too, man. You know,
Bruh, I was thinking about it the other night, man. When I saw that report
bruh, I was before my time. I was doing that shit when I wasn't getting paid for it. Some bullshit.
She was at the bar too.
Before my time.
It's not at the bar.
So we had in sports, the very great Serena Williams.
So we had in
Yeah,
sports.
we have to
The
definitely
great,
acknowledge
the very
her
great,
greatness.
Serena Williams.
Coming from
played
where
the
she
last
came
match.
from, her and her sister changed the game of women's tennis, put it on the map for a whole.
Say that part again because we love Serena, but we don't give Venus enough.
Yeah, Venus and Serena.
But say that part again because we love Serena, but we don't give Venus enough credit. Because I remember a 15-year-old Venus Williams setting the tone and people hating her. When she first started, and they said that she had a chip on her shoulder. They said she had some type of
You safe out
attitude.
there, bro.
I remember. What up, Keys the Poet? He out in Florida right
Birthday,
now.
man.
I remember
Definitely, he had a birthday. His birthday the same day as my brother's on the 28th. So happy belated birthday, Keys. But I remember a young Venus Williams at 15-year-old with the Reebok deal, and she was doing commercials on MTV, changing the game up. And I was like, the only other black person I had seen since, Arthur Ashe, played tennis. And she really set the tone, and then Serena took it to that other level. We will acknowledge that
They were
Serena did take it to another
doubles
level.
champions.
But I think
For
we
most of their
overlooked
career, they
Venus
had a
at
doubles
times,
match.
too.
They got put out in the first round. This in Open, but they made it a realistic, dream for a person of color, minority, women to excel in a sport that has been dominated by, non-minorities. So just like we talk about Tiger Woods and what he did for golf and minorities, you have to put Serena in that same category with all the accolades. I don't have all of the numbers. I know Robbie, I'm a tennis person, but I'm not a stats tennis person. I know I'll get to Robbie and get something out on that because we always highlight the greats of the sport. I do videos for Ovi and videos for the Nats players and the Washington players. So be on the lookout for, a possible video with Serena because it's definitely a great story.
Can I get on my soapbox for a minute?
Go right ahead, my brother.
So one of the things that I hate is
Can I get on my soapbox for a
when
minute?
you take and diminish
So one of the things that I hate
who's doing
is
something
that
great, especially black
when
people.
we take and diminish
There were
a person's
this is why
ability,
sometimes the internet's a great
who's
place,
doing
sometimes
something
it's
great,
terrible.
especially black people and black women.
There was
This is why sometimes the internet's a great place, sometimes the internet's a terrible ass place. There was, Serena and Venus are really men. They're really transgender. They're, how about they're just fucking great?
These young millennials or people who
You
don't
know, how about we applaud them for who they are? And it's always these young millennials or people who don't know. Like I've watched them grow up. She didn't. Even when she has a baby, it's that baby's not really hers.
And
She had a surrogate. Serena Williams had a very athletic body, and she was proud to show off her thick blackness, because that's how black women are built. Very toned. Black men were loving Serena Williams' body. But people in general would just say some of the most negative things. And it pisses me off because when we have black people do something great, white people don't tear white people down like the way black people tear black people down. And it's always, I heard on the internet, I saw this website, and it said this and it said that. And it's usually shit that has no credibility.
Are we gonna have that conversation?
And then they take the information and they run with it like it's
Are we
gospel.
gonna have that conversation there about? I was actually having a talk yesterday, similar about some of these things, about the black community and how lost and how easily distracted and how we spoke about it before when we talked about the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, how they want to scream and protest that things need to change but don't have a plan to get things done. And that's my issue. Like, okay, the protesting and all of that, that's cool. Boycotting, that's cool. But what's your end game? What do you want accomplished by doing all of this? And unfortunately, our people, for one, doesn't have a knowledge of self anymore. Don't see pride in our color, in our culture, because they're willing to take someone's life that looks just like them over some nonsense or some bullshit. So you can't scream pro-black and black pride and you continuing to commit genocide in your own neighborhoods, and then the neighborhood, the community around you protects the person that's doing the wrong, but then want to yell and cuss and fuss when a white police officer kills a black person. I mean, the whole hypocrisy of some of the bullshit that's in our community is us bringing it down on ourselves. We're basically oppressing ourselves. It's not the white man, it's us. But no one wants to take accountability and look themselves in the mirror like, yeah, it's fucked up out here. It's hard to make it. I'm going through transition right now. You know what I'm saying? I haven't said too much about it, but I've been doing DoorDash for the last couple of weeks because, you know, my situation at the car dealership didn't turn out as the way I like it. I'm in the process of getting a new job, but I'm out here grinding right now. I was doing DoorDash before I came to the studio tonight. So I know it's hard out here. I know it's way easy. There's more ways for you to fail than for you to succeed. But if you know that, then you got to take advantage of that. That means, you know, you got to make calculated moves and you got to be proactive. You can't sit back on your ass and think a job is going to fall in your lap or think money is going to fall in your lap. You got to get out here and do it. And our people now, we don't have that work ethic to say, I'm going to go out here and grind and make something of myself. And then,
We always separate black lives matter. We said this
Nigga on the
before.
street is not paid to serve.
I always separate Black Lives Matter and police brutality from something different because to me, the nigga on the street is not paid to serve and protect. That's just how I feel. Everything else you were saying, I do agree with. The reason why is because black people are sheep. People, they follow us instead of leaders. And we place ourselves in the position of always looking for who's going to lead us and who's going to save us instead of positioning ourselves to save ourselves. Like, for every one CP3 that got off his ass and then, yo, I gotta make changes and I ain't just waiting on something to go through. I'm gonna be proactive. There's 10 other motherfuckers that don't want to do it. And it's 10 other people that they want to blame the system, but they don't want to do nothing about the system. Like, life ain't fair, you know, and it's just the entitlement of thinking that somebody's going to hand you something. It's not ain't nobody going to hand you shit in this way.
You gonna have to fight to get whatever
you gonna have to fight
no one's gonna
for whatever you need in here. Like, you gonna have to fight to get whatever you need. Like, no one's going to give you a free pass on anything.
I was once
like success, food, a job.
And
you know, I was a manager at a Blockbuster that was closing. And there was a dude that he could work in IT, but he didn't want to work in IT because his roommate and his best friend worked in IT. There was a Spanish girl. She didn't want to do interpretation because she felt that it was going to be hard, even though she spoke her second language. And an interpreter who worked with the government came in and told her, yo, why don't you try out, for that? You can make really good money. And they was like, well, I don't really want to do that. So, but the store's closing, so what are you going to do? And they was like, well, I don't really know. And I just looked at them and said, I wish I had the ability to quit. And they was like, what do you mean? I said, Slim, I'm dyslexic. I fight twice as hard to do what y'all do on a regular. Like, I forget shit all the time. I don't have a short-term memory. But I got to do paperwork every day. I got to remember to order supplies. I have to train myself. Like, what y'all don't understand is that if the store, if I got to be here at 8 o'clock, that means I'm coming in at 7 because I have to do a routine and just to make sure the
Not-
paperwork is
they
right.
just
So I
have
get
it
here
in
early
mind.
just to make sure everything is
Easy
right.
route and ready to quit.
You know,
And a lot of people have that mentality. Where it's
but
like,
not-
yo, I just-
but they just had in their minds the easy route and ready
and
to
it's
quit.
sad because
And a lot of
it's
people have
frustrating.
that mentality where it's like, yo, I'll just give up.
You want to give up,
You
and then
know,
you want to.
and it's sad because it's frustrating because
No one
you
wants to
want to
put
give
the
up
work
and then
in
you
it.
want to look for somebody to save you when you're not even willing to
when
save
we were
yourself.
coming up, they always spoke about, you know, how the generation before us, you know, the jobs that they did, the manual labor, the hard work for the minimum wage that they were making. That generation was, you know, so-called tougher than ours because they had to work harder to make less. And then now, looking at generation beyond us, they're, hate to say it, even softer than our generation because that we started having computer jobs and you know, they took the trades out of the schools and started pushing the college agenda. So you have more folks making a living doing, you know, cushy jobs instead of, you know, out here, you know, manual labor, HVAC guys, plumbing guys, electricians, contractors, construction workers, stuff like that. So now these folks now in this computer age, and they see, like we talked about, the OnlyFans and the YouTubers that's making millions of dollars just by doing, you know, dumb videos at home or have a following that, you know, can subscribe to their stuff and advertise and all that. So they know that there's a better way to make money than to go out here and be, you know, hard worker, putting in 20 years for a company and, you know, you retire to give you a bullshit fake gold watch and, you know, some bullshit pension and, you know, you ride off to the sunset till you die and shit. Now they see that there's other ways that you can, you know, survive and be wealthy if you find the right algorithm on social media, or you find the right audience and you do the right thing when you go viral. So the work ethic isn't there because they know the structure that we came up with, that we grew up with, you know, 40-hour work weeks, 20 years on the job, retire, yada, yada, yada. That's not the way. That's not necessarily the way anymore. So I can't really fault them for their lack of going out there because now they see that the whole structure and American dream is kind of bullshit.
Well, here's the crazy thing. Not even on
Structure and American
so Bed Bath and Beyond is closing 150.
Well, here's the crazy thing. Not even on a color
The
thing.
CFO from
So Bed Bath and Beyond is closing 150 stores. The CFO from Bed Bath and Beyond, I was just reading this,
after they announced they were closing so many stores.
committed suicide.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to weigh on a
After they
person's
announced they
mind.
were
That many
closing
stores, that many
so
people
many
losing their jobs in this economy, knowing that they might lose their homes, won't be able to feed their kids. That's a lot of stress. You know, we don't really talk about that because, you know, we don't really hear about that happening much. You know, we'll hear about their $20 million a year salaries and, you know, all the stuff they do to secure their livelihood, but they
So this
actually,
was
wow.
reported, I saw this on IG by Big Mouth Media too. Bed Bath and Beyond CFO.
So this was reported. I done saw this on IG by Big Mouth Media too. Bed Bath and Beyond CFO.
18 stories of New York, Jenga Tower.
Yes,
Just days after the company announced it
52
was laying
is
off
dead
50%
after jumping from 18
of
stories
staff
of New
and
York's
closing
Jenga
150
Tower.
stores.
Just days after the company announced it was laying off
And one of the things
20%
that's why I got
of staff and closing 150 stores.
6 years,
Um,
10 years ago.
and one of the things is that's why I got
A lot of
research
the
because
smartphone and
it was a
Amazon
dying
Prime
business.
and
6 years.
and stuff like that.
Actually, 10 years ago.
Changed the
The
game.
rise of the
That's what I'm
smartphones.
saying
and
with
Amazon
technology,
Prime
social
and-
media,
and
the structure.
stuff
That's why, like
that.
the conversation we had last week about polygamy and monogamy, and the way that we came up, is that necessarily going to continue in the future with the way things are with social media, and you can, you know, find a beautiful woman all the way across the world, send her an airline ticket, and she's here the next day. Same thing with the whole work structure. Now that this younger generation sees that the 40-hour work week, the 20-year working for a company and yada yada, that's not necessarily the way. So they're finding different ways to make their income now.
I mean,
This show is now sponsored by the Moonshine production of the United States, the southern part of the United States.
so you know this juice for now.
This show is now sponsored by.
I'm gonna see how this hit first, and then I might grab some.
You can eat that much.
You know this juice in
All
the
right, I ain't going hard. I ain't going too hard.
You know, you ain't got $40.
You really didn't eat that much today.
I had this shit today.
Just put your cash
You know
out
you
there
ain't got
so you
$40.
tell people send you $40 so you get your little get your little
Just put your cash app on your
It's been
social
a couple of
media.
weeks since we had it. That's that moon. See that moon. If you haven't had moonshine before, it has a distinct smell, and when you open it up, yeah, you're gonna have a flashback. You're gonna have a flashback to that one time when it kicked your ass, but then you're gonna smell it and be like, that shit still tastes good.
You're gonna have a flashback. You're gonna have a flashback to that one time when they kicked your ass, but then you're gonna smell it and be like,
So,
shit still tastes good.
also, before we go on there, we were talking about this before we went on the air.
So,
He got
also before we was going on there, we were talking about this before we went on the air.
at
So
the
Kodak
Amazing
Black,
American Festival.
he got
Because
upset
he was late
at,
and they didn't allow him.
at the Amazing
No,
American
the Amazing American Festival is Jay-Z's
because he was late and then they didn't allow him. For those that don't know, the Amazing American
Shit that
Festival
I
is
don't know.
Jay-Z's
It's
festival.
crazy.
But they didn't like fuck you.
That he's been doing for
They
almost
just
like
can't
10
perform.
years.
And he was like,
Over 10 years.
well,
Um,
it's messed up that you deny the fans.
but they was like, fuck you, you late, you can't
Nigga,
perform.
he was late.
And he was like, well,
First
it's
of
messed
all,
up that
If
you
you
deny
cared
the
about your
fans
fans,
a
you
Kodak
would've
Black
been
performance.
well, you're not.
Nigga, you was
Well, you
late.
go to your joint. Let me say this.
Go
If you
ahead.
cared about your fans, you would have been like, first of all, you're not,
You make music,
before you even go to your joint, let me say this.
but
First
it's
of
not.
all,
You
you
haven't
ain't done
made a
nothing
song that we're
class.
gonna talk about.
You
15
you
years.
make music, granted,
Like, I
and
can
it
still hold
sells,
a conversation.
granted.
about
But it's not, you haven't made a song that we're gonna talk about 15
I can
years
still
later.
hold a conversation about.
Like, I can still hold a conversation about Illmatic. I can still hold a conversation about Ether. I can still hold a conversation about Can't Knock the
Still
Hustle,
hold a conversation about the
Reasonable Doubt.
miseducation
I can
of Warren
still
Hill.
hold conversation about the Blueprint, the Black Album. Like,
One
I can still hold a conversation about the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I can still hold a conversation about Only Built for Cuban Links 1 and 2.
You know that
Liquid Swords. Yeah, I mean, like, these are still, this is classic projects.
you know.
Um,
I can still talk
you know,
about the
that-
song
that- that-
of the DJ
that
Khaled
are
album,
solid. You know, I can still talk about the song with of the DJ Khaled album, Scarface and Nas, hip hop.
I mean, Super Gremlin is
Favorite
cool,
songs.
but I'm gonna be talking about it next year.
like I mean, Super Gremlin is cool, but am I going to be talking about it next year now?
If you loved your fans like you
Right.
like you say you
To be
did,
honest,
you would have been ready for the show.
You're not. If you loved your fans like you
First of
like
all,
you say you did, you
would it
you
be in
would've
a
been ready
Jay-Z
for the show.
concert?
Well, it's not a Jay-Z.
I mean, a
concert.
production that he's behind it. You know he's a businessman first. So if you're supposed to be
Well, it's
lined
not
up
a
to
Jay-Z
perform,
concert.
you're supposed to be there on time.
Yeah.
Second of all, you know I don't know most of these mother. The only reason I know his name is because he's been locked up. Yeah,
Correct.
so I mean, the fact that he's going to try to say, you know, you're doing the fans disjustice.
Several times.
Like I said, I'm not even gonna critique your music because I don't know your music and I know that makes me whatever. But I just don't get these young folks, artists, because I'm never gonna call them rappers. They don't have appreciation for the business side. And like he was saying, in a few years, no one's gonna remember any of the music that he's done. Just like we talked about just a couple of seconds ago about finding a way to make a living without having to do the 40-hour work week and slaving for another. And that's what this is to most of the artists in the music game right now. There's no love in it. It's just a way for them to get a paycheck without them having to work for somebody else. Either they got a record, they lazy, or they just want to, find a better way. So the fact that they didn't let them perform, I applaud that because we need more of that to get these folks back on track. Where you gotta set them straight, let them know this is a business. This isn't that you just I'm supposed to be there at 9 and you get there at 9:45 and like the whole 20,000 or 40,000 people supposed to wait on you to get on stage when you got other people lined up and doing other stuff. That's irresponsible. That's selfish and that's weak. And it's sad. And then it's also not to switch subjects, but I saw something about the Little Baby had a concert and it didn't get sold out, and they canceled that joint or something too.
Not Lil Baby, the Baby.
See, I can't keep.
Baby had a concert, and only 500.
Not Lil Baby, the Baby. So the Baby had
Yeah,
a
pre-order
concert,
tickets.
and only 500.
And they said it was as cheap as like $35 for tickets.
tickets.
And they tried to say, the promoter came out and said that they booked some type of dubstep, like electronic group along with that, and that's why they felt like they weren't getting a lot of sales, because they booked the no-name act that they had on the same card. That's what they tried to spin it as. But I mean, like I said,
It could be like, I love the Baby, but it's been, you know,
that's what I was gonna say.
making them stuff, and eventually that stuff comes
I
out.
mean, it could be like, I love the Baby.
I
but
can't keep
then,
them all
you know,
straight. Lil Baby, the
negative
Baby,
stuff,
all these
and
other
eventually
motherfuckers.
that stuff comes up and it affects your income.
That's the one that's always fighting and shit when niggas come up on it. Yeah.
So the Baby's a nigga that killed
Yeah, that's one of the not the niggas on. So I mean,
Yeah, that's one of
I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of music, but his music, like I was doing security in the club, and when his shit would come on, yeah, the girls loved his shit to dance to. They made money off of it. I mean, like I said, I've never really listened to it, but
I like it because his flow was different.
I like the Baby.
I mean, I've never listened to it, but I mean, I bounce to it. When I hear it, I like it, but I never really took the time to listen to it to hear if he actually got something to say.
Shout out to the. So on Twitch, I had a graphic.
Shout out to the whoever shout out to
really.
So on Twitch, I had a graphic art designer. I really hate when people leave the comments on about like overly like inbox me about stuff like that. Talk minutes, but if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to my video,
Networking is a two-way street,
we
people.
can't build no.
And if you have, and here's a key thing,
if you're not
if you have less followers than we have, you can't do shit for us. So stop talking about you can expand us, you can verify us, you can get us more followers. We don't want those computer followers. We want real followers.
A nigga just hit me up and was like, yo, for $40 a month, I can run your shit organic.
You don't want those computer files.
Yo, a nigga just hit me up and was like, yo, for $40 a month, I can grow your shit
We can make
organic.
some things happen. But yeah, if you got less followers than I have, inbox me. Like they say, look at your page, look at my page, and then do you really want to hit up my inbox with some dumb shit?
That's the thing too. I mean, like even
Look at my page and then
I have on my IG, I have 3 pages.
But that's the thing too. I mean, like, cause it's like even
And then you know,
I have on my IG, I have 3 pages.
on FB, I got
And then you know
7 pages.
on
I'm 18
FB, I got
pages, 2 websites, and a YouTube channel for my iPhone and my
7
MacBook.
pages.
So believe me, I know. And I just got on TikTok, which added to make it 18 now. It's hard out here. I'm looking for an intern. Every time I get one interested, I tell them what's involved, and they never call me back.
Because people are afraid of the work. So let's
Yeah. I mean, it speaks for itself, but yeah, we definitely can. I've seen some haters posting about the song. Some folks talking about.
let's not even just like I'm not a Wayne fan, but that Wayne verse. Okay.
Yeah, the Wayne verse was nice. It was nice. It was nice.
Like,
It was nice.
I'm not a Wayne fan, but that Wayne
Oh, that was
verse.
a nice verse. That was he.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest. I was an early Wayne fan when he was Cash
let's
Money.
give
When
Wayne his props.
all of the
That was a hell
other,
of a
later
verse.
in his career, I wasn't the biggest Wayne fan. I gave him his props, gave him his respect. But that was a nice verse. It was a nice verse. Raw's verse was nice. But to me,
that was a nice verse.
the fact that Jay had 3.5 minutes and the shit that he said and the way that he said it, like he said, man, I'm sorry, I'm just speaking from the goat. I'm sorry to you donkeys. He's just on a different level. And it's like they were talking about the Black Album and the lore, how that's, Lady Antoinette and Lady Jade was saying how that's their favorite track, and that was his, his Arrogant album. He's been laid back for so long and chill for so long that I think this is his, this is his, excuse the expression, this is him pulling his dick out. Like, look, I hear all of this noise, everybody talk about this, talk about that, but like you said, who's created the most billionaires? They weren't billionaires until he did it, and he got 3 in his clip.
Like you said,
So, like I say, Wayne's verse was nice. It was nice. Ross' verse was nice. It was nice. But I'm sorry, compared to Jay's verse,
It was nice. Raw's verse was
we
nice.
the corner boys with the corner offs. I mean,
Jay's verse,
he makes you think. He's spitting some real shit, and he does it on one take. That's the thing that amazes you. He puts out such lyrical gems, and he does it on one take.
that's the thing that
Who can do that? You got folks out here doing, you know, 3-4 minute songs with 3-4 other people on the track, and they got to, you know, pull out a pad to do their little 16 bars. This man goes into the booth and spits out liquid gold every time on the first tape.
This man goes into the booth,
I'm just,
He did cheat.
spits out.
I'm just,
He did cheat. He did cheat.
I mean,
cheat.
that's
He
cool.
admitted cheat. I mean, he literally, he did cheat. As a rapper, I would have done the same.
Yeah, that's
He
cool.
did cheat. He admitted cheating.
That's cool.
He admitted cheating. I mean, he literally, which as a rapper, I would have done the same.
Yeah, that's
Like he was listening to
Yeah.
it, so he's already
I ain't
forming
really heard Jay spaz like that.
his thoughts in his head about what he want to say.
What more can I say?
But if I ain't really
No, no,
heard
no.
Jay spaz like that.
On Kanye's first album.
Uh-huh.
If you go
He
to
spazzed because he
Yeah.
goes because he
No, no, no.
spazzed 'cause
Yeah,
he
that
went-
was one of my
he
favorite
went,
tracks.
he
Kanye's
went
first album.
through the chorus.
Yeah.
Like he spazzed.
he spazzed because he goes because he really spazzed because he went through the course.
We got
Like he
super cool
spazzed
guys in the
fast. So
building. Yo, I
um
love. Yo, this is my dude first.
we got
But I
so
love
that-
when
we got super cool cat in the building. Yo, I love yo, this is my dude first of all. But I love
we get so many
when
niggas
an
like 15
artist
minutes away.
shows up
Like,
on
it's
time or before.
Like
Like
real talk.
like
So
we get so many niggas
I
like,
don't
yo,
know,
15
I
minutes
probably
away.
told you this story.
Nigga, it's 7.
And then we gonna
Like,
play some music.
but real
real
talk.
quick again,
So
and then we'll have to-
and I don't know, but I probably told you this story, CP3.
right.
And then we're gonna play some music real
First
quick
time
again,
I saw
and
Super
then
Cool
we'll
Cat
have the
was at the
Super Cool Cat
Italian
interview.
Arts.
But
And
so we was in a
his fans
first
was
time I
respect.
saw Super Cool Cat was
So
at the Titan Arts Award,
somebody was like,
and
"Do you know what time it is?"
his fans are disrespectful. So
Yeah, we want to see Super Cool Cat.
somebody was like,
His fans called the
"Do you know what time it is?"
So
And they was like, "Yeah, we want to see Super Cool Cat."
You see people.
His fans called
I
it
was
Super.
like, man, they,
So,
I want to see.
but they yelled at.
Because they yelling for him.
And so
And I wanna
usually
see
when
who
you
goes
see
to the
people,
Mhm.
I was like,
And
damn,
he
they,
did.
well,
And then we
I want
talked.
to see what this nigga's about because they
Uh,
yelling for him,
They had a
and
great
I wanna see he gonna live up to the
conversation
hype.
at this show. What was
and
that
he
great
did.
year?
And then we talked.
And then
We had a great
fast forward 7
conversation.
years
Great
back,
conversation after his show.
we
Always
in
had
the
great energy. And then
BG Renegade.
fast forward several years passed.
We went to it.
We
They
in
had
Atlanta.
rented previously this Airbnb for this lady.
So me, G,
had
Renegade.
Mhm.
Well,
We
the
went
lady
to join.
scammed us this
They
time.
had rented
Oh,
previously
shit.
this Airbnb for this lady who
And
was
we had nowhere to go.
had
And the
connections
house
with
was
T.I.
in, like foreclosure.
Well, the lady scammed us this time.
I remember
And
you
took
talking.
our
I
money,
remember you talking.
and
Yeah.
we had
We
nowhere
put
to go.
out
And the house
for
was
the
in like
other
foreclosure.
artists.
Mhm.
So, we was gonna stay in the hotel. So we
So,
put up
We put up
so
for the other artists to
we
cause we was gonna go stay in the hotel. So we put up for the other artists to go stay in the hotel.
Cool,
So,
cool.
So
and he can tell you, we walked in that
we
motherfucker.
wound up staying with Super Cool.
Nigga.
So
Yeah, that's the worst. Out of
Like,
out
he
of
gonna tell
state,
you, we
nowhere to
gonna
go.
Like, it takes a lot to break nigga. We
Nigga.
And let me tell you something.
Like,
That was the
it
best fucking
takes
time
a-
I've had in my life.
like it takes a lot
See,
to
this
break
is where I
nigga.
shoulda had
We
language. I'd
was
have found that
broken. And let me tell you something.
For
It was
real.
the best fucking time I've
Bruh.
had in
So-
Atlanta.
I'd have found that.
So,
Like
we walked. Here's the thing, though.
Yo, we couldn't
They
find
were
it.
so chill.
I don't think she was
They
in
gave
Atlanta.
us- They gave
So-
us the night. They was like,
so-
y'all niggas-
we walked. Here's the thing though. They were so chilled about it. They gave us the night. They was like, cool. Y'all niggas
okay,
Y'all niggas broken, cool. We ain't even gonna fuck with y'all tonight.
And then we just
Then
started
the morning
vibing,
came and
and he was like,
oh
y'all
Keith,
niggas
what's up? I ain't
He
seen.
gave y'all that day.
I said,
nigga.
oh,
We
yeah,
gonna
what up,
party
cool guy?
every
And then we just started vibing. And he
That's
was like,
what it's
y'all
all
niggas
We
ain't.
going out.
We gave
That's
y'all
what
that
it's
day,
all
nigga.
about.
We gonna party every
Eating together. We
motherfucking
gonna-
day.
We finding
Yeah.
breakfast Nigga,
We going out.
to fucking
We leaving the house.
Walmart.
We eating together. We going to. We finding breakfast. Nigga, we went to fucking.
Damn, man, yeah,
Walmart,
that
built
sound
a
like a
refrigerator.
hell of a-
We
that sound
found
like
a
a
crackhead that was selling
motherfucking
food stamps.
But that's how it be
Like,
sometimes.
I appreciate his
it started really rough. But
Can't do nothing about it.
I appreciate
Yeah,
his
you
spirit
did.
because he was like,
go back.
yo,
The
it
house
is what
is
it is.
gone.
That's what he told me. He was like, yo, we can't.
It's Friday.
He's like,
You
no,
ain't got no
we can't.
job.
We
You
can't go
ain't got
back.
shit to
Look,
do.
the house is gone. The money gone.
It's
But-
Friday. You ain't got no job.
But we here, so. But and then all his people he had was embracing. And he was like, yo,
Sure.
So, let's not think about what happened yesterday.
Man,
And nigga, we was up there for like almost damn, I think almost a week or something. We was there for a couple of days. Man, every nigga,
I ain't been on that
every
in a
day
while.
we
but
was
yeah.
bringing bottles.
Oh yeah.
but
But it was so like,
nigga, and I ain't had that much fun sleeping in a fucking chair in my life.
but it was so
That's how it
much
be, man, bro. That's how
fun,
it be when the fucked up shit happens and you out of
I ain't had
town
that much
and
fun
it turns
sleeping
out
in
to
a
be
fucking
that's
chair
how
in
it
my
goes
life.
sometimes.
So the funniest story is
But-
the only time that we worked together because I had to help George set up the
And it
stage.
turns out
And I
that's
think
how it goes
he was
sometimes.
So the funniest story is the only time that we worked together because I had to help George set up the stage, and I think he was Renegade was with him for a little
we
bit,
okay to get in.
and
Who told you?
so the dudes came in and they was like,
Read my
yo,
lips, nigga, you
we
got-
don't pay to get in.
That's
I was
my
like,
life. I ain't got nothing to do
who
with it.
told you that?
So they surrounded me.
They
But
you ain't on my list, nigga. You gotta
I'm
pay.
like-
Well, that's my artist. I said I ain't got nothing to do with that. So they surrounded me.
That
So they
should
looked
be
at
funny.
me and I'm like,
The thing is, people, you never know who
who
people
give a fuck about that? Nigga,
So,
you still gotta pay.
another dude I was with-
So, but here's the thing though, the thing is, people, you never know who people with. So,
What he asked y'all to do.
another dude I was with was like,
chill.
with Jason was
So
there,
they
he was like,
decided and they wound up paying.
why y'all surrounded him? What he asked y'all to do?
Right
The
after
pay
they
said,
paid.
you know, just chill. And then, so they decided and they wound up
And I'm
paying.
just thinking,
But literally, right after they paid,
I think, I already know
these
who's gonna
niggas
win.
walked through the
Renegade
door.
on the way. Super
and I'm just thinking to myself, well, I don't even know why y'all surrounded me because if I think,
Ain't no
I
word
already
after
know
there ain't no
who's on the way.
words.
Renegades on the way, Super's on the way.
Ain't
They
that
walk
what
in, they see me surrounded, they're gonna be like, oh,
fucking deep, even in the
Oh.
The building was half.
nigga, we was too fucking deep, even in Atlanta. Like, nigga, we
Like,
didn't,
some real shit.
the building was half the building was at our house when like doing a
Super
cycle.
rolled up with like 7 niggas.
Like on some real shit. So,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you told me about
Like,
that. George.
Super would have rolled up with like 7 niggas.
Surrounding them without even, like, dog.
Yo, and they probably would have just been in the center. They probably would have
That's
just surrounded them without
the
even.
real
like,
shit
dog.
right there.
It ain't that serious. Like, first of all, don't act like I hate broke niggas that act like they got big money. Don't act like you.
That's real shit.
But like they surrounded me like I was gonna be like, oh, you can come in. I was like, nigga, you still got
But they
pay.
got
And then rap a whole song.
And who's Michael closer to you?
that's don't get me started. He'll tell you I've been on my soapbox. I've been on my soapbox about that many times. But yeah,
So Super's in the building, but
Many times.
I used to be DJ, so mind you, all the things you tell him it's like $20 to get in, you know what I'm saying? But you have zero family. Mind you, all the things you tell him, my gripe on both ends. My gripe on Motor and my gripe on
the artist. And I used to do security, so I used to be at the gate dealing with the same shit you have to deal with. So I already know.
So if you don't have no fan base, you can't expect to
Security, so I used to be at the gate dealing with the same shit you
You're
have to
not
deal with.
bringing
So
no
I already
type of
know.
money to the if you don't have no fan base, you can't expect. But if I walk in now as a promoter, if you got 10 people at your show, and me as an artist, I walk in with 10. If I walk in now as a promoter, you got 10 people at your show.
No doubt.
And me as an artist, I walk in with 10.
One thing about Super
We
is
should have a different conversation, I think.
But one thing about Super is I'm gonna just this camera in a second. But one thing about Super is this what I really fuck with is
one.
So,
I got so much
there's
fucking
people
music who always been
when At the Bar comes on,
every
like,
night video. But
One, Super sent me.
Super will tune
I got so
in,
much fucking music from Super. He always sends me music and
Just
stuff like
support.
that. I even got his video up on here.
you know.
But
So sometimes I'm like, hey, that's super cool.
Super will
cat,
tune
Yeah.
in
and he'll actually be part of the conversation.
just to support.
Just even when
You know, so sometimes I'm like, hey, that's super cool,
Not just
cat.
'cause he's
You know, boom,
making
boom, boom,
it.
and he'll actually be part of the conversation. Just
And-
even when,
because he's real about it. So I appreciate it.
not just because he's
Even
getting
makes me
interviewed,
fuck with him,
he'll support.
See, you trying to get into some deep shit now. See, you about to
And-
get me to go get on my
Because
soap.
he's real
You about to get me on
So I
my soapbox
appreciate
and
it.
shit.
No,
Like,
no,
he makes me fuck with him
no,
even more.
real talk. When me and his brother do talk, we have.
Oh no, we gonna have a deep
Yeah,
conversation.
I feel you.
No, because the real talk. When me and his brother do talk, we have real intelligent
No doubt.
conversations. And it's not just always about the music and stuff. And I fuck with him not just because of the music. I fuck with
I'm
him
gonna
personally.
explain myself who I was.
Like the real. When I called him, like, yo, Super, you can come through an interview.
I got
I said, yo, just I want to explain myself who I was.
That's what it's
Yo,
all
you. Make
that's
sure
all
everything's
cool.
clear.
He's like, Kim, I know you. I got you.
And that's the, excuse me, that's the
I'm
thing
there.
that
Let me just make sure
there's so
everything's
much
clear.
bullshit and so much
I'm
fake
in.
shit out here now that folks don't know how to appreciate a real connection or a real friendship or a real kinship. And because everybody's out here trying to get over, trying to find ways to get over, trying to find ways to be slick, yada yada yada. But like they say, the worst thing you can do is screw over someone that's loyal to you. And the fact that there's a lot of folks that's not loyal to the people that support them and they cover them when shit is fucked up, and then when shit is good going for them and it's bad for the other person, they're not there for them. And to me, that's one of the biggest issues right now, not just with our people, but in the world, period. Because nobody really gives a fuck about nobody else. And then the select few that do, 9 times out of 10, they get in a situation where somebody sees that and they use them and abuse them and take advantage of that because they're trying to be a kind soul and trying to look out for their fellow man. So everybody got to look themselves in the mirror, man. You know, it's a lot of bullshit and fuckery going on right now. That's why I said you want to get into some real shit. You bringing up some real topics.
I mean, one, you don't really get but Super is one of those dudes.
I mean,
We
we definitely get some shit, but Super is one of those dudes that
and then he's always one of those
when
dudes
he's at
that
the DMV Indie Fest,
he
he's one of those dudes
basically
that always show people love.
he had
And then he's always one of those dudes that he basically he
Might
had
have been doing both. Might have been doing both.
had little bags of weed, but it was really a thumb drive
Here's the big opportunity people miss.
of his music. But here's the thing.
While we was
Wow.
having casual conversations,
And here's the big opportunity people missed.
that's what he's doing.
Networking.
While we was having casual conversations in the parking lot, I'm watching.
Motherfucking
That's what
networking.
he's doing.
So even if you might have just been walking through the parking lot, you got through somewhere. Guess what you would have got?
Got a card and a flash drive.
So even if you might have just been walking through the parking lot just because you cut.
I wasn't
through
even there,
somewhere.
but I know.
Guess what you would have got?
But that's what Super brings to the table.
No
Exactly.
doubt, no doubt.
Like, you know,
And
um,
that's
I
what.
wasn't even there, but I know.
a lot of people talk about.
But that's what Super brings to the table. Like, you know, a lot of people talk about, oh, they bring a movement and they ain't got a movement. Super got a movement. Super got the music. He just finished working on a video.
You know, man, he made us whole, man.
I just, like I said, I fuck with him on a personal level because, you know, man, he made us whole, man. I said we party every day. We was your super. Remember that spot we was in the
But see, that's the thing when
man.
yeah, when you down and out,
Yeah.
and when folks step up out of nowhere and support you and look out for you and show you love out of nowhere that you're not expecting, that helps build that money. I've been in a couple situations where I used to, like I said, I used to travel, go out of town, and just get off of work Friday and say, look, fuck, I'm getting the fuck out of Maryland. And sometimes I had money, sometimes I wouldn't, but I had folks. So when I would get in town, they were like, oh, don't worry about it, we got you. We know when you come in town, you take care of us, and we know if you was in a better situation, you would. That's when you know you fucking with a real person. And unfortunately nowadays, more folks is worried about what you're gonna do for me. When you have someone that's willing to go out of their comfort zone, like I say, to look out for you because you're in a fucked up situation, that says a lot about someone's character. And nowadays, character don't mean shit to about 95% of the population. But when you find that 5% that does actually give a fuck about morality and character, you got to form a bond with them because they're few and far between. Nah, they don't live by rules anymore.
When I say that, when I say rules, I'm reckless. I ain't even like as far as rules, you can say
They don't live by rules
society,
anymore.
that's not necessarily. You feel me? But as far as when it comes to man to man type things, and when I say man to man, I don't mean gender wise. I just mean human being.
Human being, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a certain type of code that you live by, and certain. The Bible didn't have to teach me right or wrong. Certain things just make sense. Other things just don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just who I am as a person.
Somebody, the Bible didn't have to teach me right or
I feel
wrong.
like
Certain
those
things
are the only
make
type of
sense
people
and
that I
other things
gravitate
don't.
toward.
You know what I'm saying? It's just who I am.
And I can figure that out very fast.
Oh yeah, it's real easy to see. It's real easy to see.
Very fast. So if I do develop an attachment, you know it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? If we are having a conversation, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. But if we have a further conversation, you know it's genuine.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? If we are having a conversation,
I'm not
I'm
pretending
gonna
for
figure out
nobody.
what's going
I don't
on.
owe
If we have a
nobody
further
no
conversation, you
No
know what I'm
doubt.
saying?
You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig.
You understand?
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't owe nobody no
Be a lot
money.
of people who just,
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got a lot of kicking, Craig.
Bruh, I don't, man. I've been in the sports media game, bruh.
Real talk. This is why I know how the world is such a small. Alexis, shout out to Alexis from Limelight.
Yo,
Man.
yo.
She
Real
just hit
talk.
me up.
This
She's like,
is
"Yo,
this is why I know how the world is such a small. Alexis, shout out to Alexis from Limelight Management. She just hit me up.
I
She's
was
like,
like,
yo,
yeah, that's my fuck. You know, shout out to Alexis. She's doing a good thing.
Shout out.
Definitely, if y'all need a plug,
I was like, yeah, that's my folks. You know, so you know, shout out to Alexis. She's doing good things. Definitely, if y'all need a plug, definitely holler at her because I ain't gonna put a business out of this, but she's in talk. She's always doing good things, but she's in talk with doing something even bigger. So, you know, just you know, network.
It starts with a B and ends with a T, and it's crucial for what you're trying to do.
Have a budget.
And it's
Good
better.
work ain't good, good work ain't free.
No book, bruh. Say that shit again,
Free
bruh.
work ain't good, good work ain't free.
And invest.
Nigga.
Shout out to you, $50
Look, bruh, say that shit again, bro.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, I feel you.
But, so one time we had
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
and I had to tell you,
But
because we had the web.
so one time we had this performance super, and I had to tell this nigga because we had the webcam joint and I had to set up for
to here.
he's at out in Maryland.
Still
And
be
I
all
was
over the
like,
fucking.
nigga,
He be feeling it, man. He be feeling it.
nigga, stay right here to here. This is your lane. The super be all over the fucking place.
My whole
Yeah,
equipment, you see, I put the corpse up. I'm a man with the people. So when I perform, I like to be with my people.
No doubt.
I like to feel your energy. I want a monster style
I'm a man with people.
performance. I want
So
you to be
when I
able to
perform, I like to
be
be with my
possibly
people.
can.
I like
As
to
long
feel
as I
your
can
energy.
possibly
I want
do.
to
You know what I'm
find
saying?
It's a beautiful thing, man.
I want you to be able to feel as close to me as you possibly can, for as long as I can possibly do. You know what I'm saying?
He's hard with interview him, but you like, you have conversations.
I mean,
It's
that's
like a regular conversation.
that's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, having a good conversation where you can talk. When you start off talking about
It's
one
like a regular
thing,
conversation.
and the next thing you know, you on a whole different subject talking about something. Like, how the fuck did we get here? Like, I don't know, but it's a good conversation. What the fuck?
So first of all, let me extend my
Yeah, nigga. No, we got a gallon, my nigga. I just cracked it. That North Kakalaki. That North Kakalaki moonshine.
So what happened was I was going to go to the liquor store yesterday. To go get a nice
what happened
bottle
was I was going to go to the liquor store yesterday.
Oh,
To go get
I don't know.
to go get a nice bottle and we could all
One of my
relax and
dudes
shit.
that I work with, so he was taking me home, and he was like,
So one of my
and the
one
way
of my
it was
dudes
wrapped,
that I work
I
with,
knew it was.
so he was taking me
I
home
was like,
and he was like,
"You
oh,
can kill it.
here.
It's
And the way it was wrapped, I knew it
Thank God I ain't
was.
gotta take this shit
And I was
alone,
like,
though.
Nigga, this shit is hitting on point right now,
But I
bro.
got some juice.
thank God I ain't gotta take this shit alone though.
Fuck that juice,
I
nigga.
just want to let you know that I'm going
But I got some
Bruh.
juice.
Oh, so we all
CBD
drinking
drinking
straight?
straight.
Fuck that juice, nigga.
I just want
Nigga 151 with no chase, nigga. Ain't that your name, nigga?
Yeah, we probably was drinking
Oh,
no
so
shit.
we all drinking
Exactly.
straight?
Yeah, you should.
Bruh, I saw I was saying you talking about we got stuff in the fridge, we got some juice in the fridge.
Yeah, we probably was drinking no
Are you
shit.
disrespecting my gangster?
Fruit punch or something.
I got some sweet tea in that motherfucker. That's about it. I got some sweet tea in that motherfucker. He talking about you might want. We ain't got Lady Antoinette here. Hopefully the strippers be on the way. Man, we can have a good time, man. We got the moonshine. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, baby. I know she gonna pull up. Hey, they lucky I'm in between jobs right now.
Pull the fuck
Cause
up
it'll
like,
be on and
you got-
popping, Lady Antoinette. You
Did you
lucky.
say one?
We'll have this bitch on OnlyFans and making some big money. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm about to give me an OnlyFans. 20 million, what she in? 20 million a month? If I can pull down 10 G's, I'd be happy. I don't know.
Black China makes 20 million a month.
And get this moonshine started. I'm gonna play some music.
I done already started, baby.
So Super Bowl, before I get this commercial
Give me a
break
top five, man. What's your Mount Rushmore?
and get this moonshine started, I'm gonna play some music. Give me your top five, man. What's your Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a classic
You know,
guy.
everybody got Kanye on the Mount Rushmore.
He deserves to be up there, man. He deserves to be up there.
Kanye.
I mean, one of these
You know, you gotta put Kanye on the Mount Rushmore.
About that album he did with Jay-Z.
I definitely think
Listen to every song on that album. Who
I
else you
mean,
with?
one of these
Jay-Z or
think
Kanye?
about Watch the
Let me
Throne,
stop
right?
the argument.
Think
I was
about
gonna say
that album.
Kanye is a lyrical, is a genius.
Song that album, who first you with?
That type
Jay-Z
of
or
Kanye
Kanye?
relief
Never
rap,
stop the argument
or
there.
that type of relaxed rap.
And I'm not saying that you got to
Kanye
Jay, I'm
relief,
just
it's
saying
relaxed.
that
It's
type of
relaxed.
And they
rap,
throw you off.
relief rap,
It's
or this
needed.
type of relaxed
It's
rap,
he's his own
not
person.
just comic relief, but relaxed. This type of
So yeah,
relaxed
Kanye,
rap
Jay,
is
and
needed.
Kendrick.
He's his own person.
So I'm trying to get into Kendrick. Okay, I
so
got a
yeah,
question.
Kanye,
Kendrick
Jay.
or J. Cole?
And Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Because J. Cole,
So-
in my opinion, J. Cole, he's very, very lyrical. He holds up with Kendrick.
Because
Kendrick
J.
lyrical,
Cole, in my
but
opinion,
Kendrick is a little
J.
more
Cole,
animated, a little more
he's very,
entertaining.
very
See,
lyrical.
he's a
He
little more
holds up with
diverse.
Kendrick lyrically.
The diversity for me is the only
Kendrick is a little more
separation.
animated, a
I
little more
find that J. Cole
entertaining.
become a
He's a little
little
more diverse.
redundant.
But here's the thing, though.
not even
The
redundant, just a
diversity
little,
for me is
the
the only
energy is
separation.
redundant.
Well, the thing about that is, you know, when J. Cole did try to go
But here's the thing though.
Animated.
Not
diverse, he
even
went to one
just a little, the energy.
and then
Well, the thing about that is, you know, when J. Cole did try to go diverse, he went to one when he first came out. And then,
being J.
cause
Cole,
when J. Cole first came out, like at that point,
then
that first
came
shot,
out
like this
with
shit,
I
y'all.
Let Nas
Mr.
Down,
Nice Watch
the
and
other
all that
stuff,
stuff.
and then
When he wasn't being J. Cole, he was being. But then when he came back with I Let Nas Down and the other stuff, and then the LP with the Force Whitaker Drive or something like that. Forest Hill Drive, that shit.
That's almost like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
that's-
I'm trying. See, I'm more of an old school hip hop head. I rarely listen to anything beyond 2005. So when I'm trying to, you know, open up to this newer generation, J. Cole, because I'm a Rick Ross, Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my dude. I'm a Rick Ross, Jay-Z, and I've been listening to more J. Cole because he's been on a couple of tracks of, you know, Benny the Butcher and joint with Kanye. I think there's a couple of joints I listened to, and J. Cole is starting to grow on me. Kendrick, I listened to the joint with him with a dude from Clips, Pusha T. I love that joint. So Kendrick is kind of growing on me, but I guess I could say I'm more of a J. Cole fan because, like you say, the lyrical aspect of him, I haven't listened to a lot of him, so I don't really see him boxing himself in that same genre. Kendrick is definitely more animated, and yeah, I'm definitely trying to get in because I hear those two are the most lyrical that's out there. Like I said, I'm a Rick Ross fan. Who that?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get in because I hear those two are the most lyrical that's out there. Like I said, I'm a Rick Ross fan.
I got a sleeper.
I got a sleeper for you.
So he did that song. I want to be like Will.
Yeah.
Nah,
You gotta
like that's
I'm not a racist. I remember
So you did that song,
that.
I want to be like Will.
for the time period that it
Not
was
even
released.
that.
But
Like that's
I'm not a racist. I remember that
I'm
good
not
for
racist.
Facebook.
That was perfect for the
and the
time
video
period that it
was
was
actually
released.
Yeah.
But
like
like
came
Johnny
on the
got
story
some
of his
jumps.
words.
On top of
My
the
man
fact
did a
that he directed his
freestyle
own
for 2
videos
minutes
too.
and then did it
And
in
the video
reverse.
was actually
And it still
like
made sense.
the story of his words.
It's
My
nuts.
man did a freestyle for 2
Yeah, I gotta
minutes.
see it. Yeah, I gotta send it.
I'm gonna tell you like this
You
though.
want some lyrical
It
shit
still
that's
made sense.
I'm a big Kanye
It's
fan, but
nuts.
you know what I'm fucking with though. I was listening to it the other
I'm gonna
day.
say it like this
You
though.
want some lyrical shit that's
I had a friend.
I'm a big Kanye fan, but you know what I'm fucking with though? I was just listening to it the other day. It's an old joint. So I had a friend. Those over Sunday.
It's only like, and that's been since the beginning of rap. You know, like, what's the rap?
variations.
How old is rap right now? What?
It's some
40 years old.
like, and this is the beginning of rap.
That's
You
crazy.
know, like,
You feel me?
what's
So
rap?
you trying to
How
tell
old
me
is
like
rap right now?
what's the evolution of it? And that's what
48.
like a lot of people don't understand.
That's
I don't
crazy.
care what nobody
You
says.
feel me?
A Big
So
Daddy
you trying to tell me
Kane
like
is legendary
look at the
for
evolution
his
of-
time.
and that's what
But
like a lot of people don't
If a Big
understand.
Daddy Kane
I don't
had
care what
an
nobody
issue,
A
well,
Big
not an
Daddy
issue,
Kane
was
was
you put it in the
legendary
back
for his
for a
time.
lot of these new
But
news. I'm talking about
If a Big
like,
Daddy Kane
I
had
mean
an
newer
issue,
legends. I'm not
well,
talking about
issue
new
was
young
just
young
put
rappers.
the
I'm
back
talking about newer
with a
legends.
lot of these new
You feel me?
dudes. I'm talking
Like
about
if a
like
Big Daddy Kane
I
had
mean
to
newer
go ball
legends.
for
I'm not
ball
talking about
with J. Cole.
young rappers. I'm talking about newer legends. You feel
See
me?
that?
If
See that?
a Big
Okay,
Daddy
so you
Kane
said the
go
key
ball for
word
ball with J.
evolution.
Cole.
Yeah,
To me, evolution means you're improving and getting better. I don't consider this generation of rap better than what we came from.
He didn't say this generation.
But if I pick five,
I don't
if I had to
consider
pick the top
this
5
generation of rap better than
old
what.
But
rappers,
wait. He didn't say this generation.
But if I pick 5,
and then
if I
had to
pick
pick
the top 5,
they came out after
old rappers,
2000.
older
Within the
rappers that came
2000,
out
2010
in the
gap,
90s,
is that
and I had
decade?
to pick a top
I'm
5
a win.
that came out after 2000, within the 2000
I'm a
2010 gap, just that decade, I'm a win.
That's a valid point. It's a valid
I'm a
point.
win.
It's a valid point.
I'm a win. You just-
Because
you
of
get evolution.
the way that you're right.
Well, you
You're
gotta
right.
remember. You gotta remember.
But see, when I take evolution, I take that as improvement.
Evolution stood the test of time.
Well, you
got
gotta
the
remember. You
Fabulous
gotta remember
stood
when.
the test of time.
When I
But you
take
gotta-
evolution, I take that
Test
as
of time.
Jay-Z.
Jay.
Look, look,
Jay.
stood the test of
Yeah,
time.
Jay.
We got
Look,
Fabulous.
that's what I'm about to say.
Stood the
That
test
was
of
Jay-Z
time.
from like
Yes, time.
Jay-Z.
Jay,
Yeah, I was back when
Look,
he
look,
dropped
look,
Jay-Z.
that's what I'm about to say.
But
Jay-Z.
That was Jay-Z
but
from like a
evolution
like
of
like
how
rock
we
like
flow,
a original
so
play
far,
Constitution.
how we verse.
Yeah, it was back when
Now-
Lil Wayne. I
But
mean,
now the evolution of how he flows so far his verse, how phenomenal his verse.
But you
Lil
talking
Wayne,
about-
I
but you
mean,
talking
I'm not a
about
big
aliens.
Wayne fan. However, Lil Wayne has stood
picking
the
the
test
people
of
that's
time
out
for
of this
20 years.
world.
Lil Wayne has said some hot shit.
Because I have a high standard for what I consider rappers. These folks nowadays, I don't consider them rappers. I consider them entertainers. I consider them artists, but I don't consider them rappers because they're not lyrical.
These folks nowadays, I don't consider them rappers.
But you gotta give credit to
Artists,
people
not
that learn
I
to
don't consider
fuse
them
the gap.
rappers because they're not
You know what I'm
lyrical.
saying? And this is from an artist standpoint. You feel me?
But
Because
you
it's
gotta
hard
give
to
credit
do,
to
to
people
fuse the
that
gap
learn to
between
fuse the gap.
people that really appreciate
You know what I'm
lyrics
saying? And this is from an
actually
artist
cater to
standpoint.
the new
You feel me?
cadence
'Cause it's
of
hard to
the
do
youth
to
right
fuse
now.
the gap
I never looked at it that way.
The
True,
people that
true.
use that is crazy. Like
the new
Lil Baby, the Baby, that is
See, I can't keep all them niggas together, man.
and I'm trying to tell you,
Like
because of my
baby,
because of my taste,
The
that
Baby.
is
Yeah, I can't keep all them niggas together.
and I'm trying to tell you, because of my
Go
ear,
8.
because
You
of
know
my
what I'm saying?
taste
The
in
10 that I
music,
know
I probably
confuse
don't
that
tell
gap.
you about
Like
10
bringing
of
right
them, but the
there
one,
with
the
what's
10 that I
new
know,
and what once was.
go 8.
Well,
You
you
know what I'm
like-
saying?
you like-
10 that
like
I
the
know,
Baby
confuse
Envelope.
that gap. And
Like,
bring me
when
right
I
there
listen
to
to 'em,
midpoint
they
of
got
what's
flow.
new.
Like,
And what
they not
once
just
was.
rapping.
Well, even like the
They
Baby
actually
Envelope
got
thing.
flow.
Like
Right.
when I listen to them, they got flow.
Okay, he's saying
Like
something.
they not
Like,
just
but sometimes
rapping
you gotta be
to
willing
rap. They
to
actually
listen.
got flow.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
to see if they actually.
You know, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, like
he's
I
saying
said,
something.
being
But sometimes
actually
you gotta
doing
be
security
willing
in the strip
to
club
listen.
and seeing what
To
the folks
see if
like
they
and what the
actually
folks,
saying something.
even
I
though
love
they
it.
ain't sometimes they ain't saying shit, but it's a hot track or a hot hook. They got them, throwing dollars or loving the song. So that's why I guess I'm more of a critical ear, because like I said, when I came up, when we heard music,
That's
and
why I
heard
said
lyrics,
I'm more of a critical ear.
you had to rewind that shit and be like, bruh, did you hear what that motherfucker just said?
He heard music,
See, that's the shit.
and heard lyrics.
Like I love that
You
mindset.
had to
And
rewind
when I
that
met
shit.
with- that's
Like,
where
bruh, did you
they
hear what that
ask
motherfucker
me
just
where
said?
where does my music gauge or what's my issue? That's where
I
I'm
love that
I'm
mindset.
going
That's
for
where
that
I'm at
backwards.
with. That's when
Yeah.
You feel me? Because for me,
where
bruh,
is my music gauge or
I
what's
want
my
you to
issue?
pause that
That's
shit.
where
Mhm.
I'm going for
What that nigga just say?
What
Hold
if
up.
you do hear it again and you
Because
cut me, you put the second part of the
I
double
want
on
you to
top.
pause that shit and you like,
You feel me? I
Or you
want
hear
to
it
hit
again,
you like that.
and you
'Cause I was a
put
poor
the
before I
second
ever
part
was
of the
around.
double on
Okay,
top.
that's why I love Jay, cause you Jay say shit, you like, hold up.
wanted
What the heck
to
did you say?
hit
Hold up.
because I was a poor
Yeah, that nigga
before
just
I
said
ever
that
was
shit.
around.
That's why I
Yeah.
love Jay.
Yeah,
You got
and-
you. Jay
and-
say
and
shit, you like, hold up.
it still sounds
That nigga
cool.
say what?
It builds to the
Yeah,
new
that nigga
age.
said.
But it
It makes you think.
It make you, once you hear it again from the people
Still
that's
sound
real,
cool.
once you hear those
It builds
things,
to the new age, but at the same time,
See, that's what I miss about rap. I miss that when you gotta listen to it and you be like, hold up. No, that nigga didn't hit
So,
that.
so I'm about to
That
play,
nigga just said that shit.
I'm about to play a video.
I miss that when you gotta listen to it. You like, oh.
Alright, that's a
So
bet.
I can see
I'm about to play,
CP3 getting open now.
I'm already leaning to the left, nigga. And I'm right-handed.
I can see CP3 getting open
I'm
now.
already leaning to the left, man.
all that, man.
And I'm right
It's gonna
here.
be a hell of a show, baby.
I'm focused, man.
got the whole that, man.
Cup right there. Oh, that's right. Now give me another beer.
My boys were rich. They want to been about now. But the best of the world they got. You talking about, boy, I'm a ride. Since day one, I've been about mine. Rest in peace to the real ones that die. Got me feeling like endless alive. If a nigga tell you different, they lie. Cause you can see the shit in my eyes. On the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like endless alive. 100 forever bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, I'm just gonna survive. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless alive. Got me feeling like the endless. Boy, I'm a dog. I take the room, my dog. You can kill my dog. Don't have no leash. So shit can get greasy if you get the gig. And it's stick like a flatbread, so pledge your allegiance to me. I've been working on fighting my demons, but they keep haunting me. I'm not crazy. They say it's money outside, and you in here sleeping. I rush back to serve in the face. See, man, I'm up right now, but you had to be down with my niggas with thumbs to see what I mean. On the scene for you niggas to see what I say. Unthinkable things that I've done for this crazy. Cash rules everything around me, especially in the gutter where the fuckers found me. Have a nigga put cash on that, that's a bounty. I be looking big it up like bounty. You talking about, boy, I'm a ride. Since day one, I've been about mine. Rest in peace to the real ones that die. Got me feeling like the endless alive. If a nigga tell you different, he lie. Cause you can see the shit in my eyes. On the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like the endless alive. 100 forever bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, young is gonna survive. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless alive. Got me feeling like the endless.
In addition, you can get
To the niggas that really know about me, know the game wouldn't be the same without me. I've been putting in big work out in the county. In addition, you can get it for a bounce fee, but the best thing you can do for me is out me. Cause you niggas always running at the mouthpiece. I don't want none of you friendly niggas to scout me. You heard about me, but don't know nothing about me. See the problem you lose is don't live by the code. I was raised by a gangster, that's all that I know. I said what there is to be so, but I'll never selling my soul. If they catch me out cold, I ain't telling the soul, but these real niggas fold. By the time you hit the court, ain't no telling who or what he done told. He done took the cigarette, shook hands with them folks, and now he gotta go. You talking about, boy, I'm a ride. Since day one, I've been about mine. Rest in peace to the real ones that die.
This shit potent, nigga.
Endless alive. If a nigga tell you different, he lie. Because you can see the shit in my eyes. On the front line whenever it's time. Got me feeling like the endless alive. 100 forever bullshit to the side. Get yours, cause I'ma get mine. My enemies, young is gonna survive. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless. Got me feeling like the endless alive. Got me feeling like the endless.
Yo. Yo,
I added some niggas back out.
man. Woo! So we was drinking on moonshine.
Yeah.
Man.
But yo, that was super cool category of Illest Alive.
So we was drinking on moonshine. Man.
One thing I always loved about
But yo, that was super cool cast video, Illest Alive.
What show you do?
Yo, one thing I always loved about you, dog, is that you, no matter what show you do, you always perform. There's a lot of things that rap. You perform. You give.
I done been with the smallest of venues to the biggest of venues. Put ourselves, everybody that enjoy what
I done been with the smallest of venues to the
Right.
biggest of venues.
In real talk, so I thought we was in ATL, right? You actually had another show because we got before you. You had another
Like,
show.
in real talk, so I believe we was in ATL. Like, you actually had another show because we got before you. You had another show. I think the following day, but we'd already had booked our plane tickets. We stayed a day, a day late. But like, always admire the fact that you hustle, you do your thing, and you take the opportunity and
I talk to everybody, and I got this thing, called Rap Itis. I can't come within like 10 feet, or 1,000 feet of a microphone without letting it perform and show what it is that I do and bloom with like-minded people. And that's more so it's like the man about a microphone without wanting to perform and show what it is that I do and bloom with like-minded. It takes a specific type of person to be a dreamer.
I just want to be the center of attention.
That's so say that part.
It's a specific type of person to be a dreamer. The person that looks at everyday 9 to 5.
Say that part.
I'm good for this. I'm excited to do this with my life. This was my calling.
Everyday
Put all
9
my
to
eggs
5.
in this basket.
Fuck
You feel me?
that.
Those are the people that
decided
win.
to do this with my life. This was my
You know what
calling.
I'm saying?
Put all my eggs in this basket.
Everyday 9 to 5.
You feel me? Those are the people that
You feel
win.
me? I'm an artist. I'm not a starving artist. I'm an artist.
And I'm not knocking
You know what I'm
that
saying?
everyday
I'm
9
making
to
what you
5
making just at your
structure.
everyday 9 to 5.
You feel
It's
me?
kind of
I'm an
different.
artist. I'm not a starving artist. I'm an
That
artist.
people look at me and look at me
You know what I'm saying?
as
I'm making what you making just at your everyday 9 to 5. It's kind of different.
crazy. I'm just working for myself.
That people
You
look
work
at me
for
and look at
somebody
me as more of an anomaly.
I
It's
think
crazy.
that
I'm
I
just
admire
working for
what you
myself.
did there. I
I'm
mean,
working for somebody else.
your energy is just.
I think that I
I
admire that you did that. I mean,
Like when you have that
your
genuine
energy is just so.
Like I
so
said,
like I said,
a lot of times
I
we
fuck
show
with people who,
a lot of niggas
like,
rapping, a lot of niggas don't even
when
talk.
you have that
They don't
genuine
talk
energy,
to the other
like
people.
I said, a lot of times we shows,
You know,
a lot of niggas rap and roll, a lot of niggas don't even talk to the other people.
They might not even been the best.
We done.
They might not even been the hottest that night. But real talk, I will watch you
talking
go
to
over them and be like,
They might not even been the best artists.
I like this set.
They might not even been the hottest that night. But real talk, I will watch you go over there and be like,
I want to be very clear about
I like
that.
your set.
And I'm very
And that
specific. I'll be like,
But I'll be
yeah,
very specific.
I like your
I'm not
performance.
gonna bullshit
You
you.
know what I'm
either.
saying?
Yeah.
I want to be very clear about that.
The bars
Yeah.
are
I'm
dope.
very
Now,
specific.
hey,
I'll be like,
you might need to
yeah,
do it.
I like your performance.
But I genuine.
Yeah,
I'm very big.
The bars
But you
are
know,
dope.
I'm gonna say that I lied to you, but you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying? I just shot
Yeah.
you.
But that's genuine though.
Somebody asked me,
But I'm
like,
very genuine. But you never gonna say that I lied to you. But you ain't gonna say, you know what
But
I'm saying?
that's
Like,
because
Yeah.
of genuine love.
I'm gonna
There's
tell
a
you
lot of
somebody
yes men.
ask none of that.
Like,
Like,
so shout out, Kevin. But there's a lot of yes men that's walking around and just
Just
telling
because that's
everybody,
genuine
okay?
love.
And
There's a
these
lot of
people
yes men.
continue to move on. Like I said,
Shout out,
for
Kevin.
someone that
There's
was
a
a
lot of
DJ.
yes men that's walking around
You know what I'm
and just telling
saying?
I didn't know
everybody,
that. I didn't know that you
And
was
yeah,
I used to DJ.
like I said,
Shout out to
someone that
shout out
was
to
a DJ.
everybody in the DMV
You know what I'm
area.
saying?
I didn't know that about. I didn't know
Island
that you was
Cafe.
there.
Yeah, I used to
Over
DJ.
Georgia Avenue.
Shout out to
Back in
shout out
those
to
times.
everybody.
Like, you gotta remember, you gotta imagine how long I was
Went to the
I've
Island
been doing.
Cafe
I done
on Georgia
DJ
Avenue.
that love.
Back in
I was
those
DJing
times.
that
Like,
love.
you
I
gotta
was
imagine how
DJing.
long I've been
You know what I'm
doing
saying? And so
I
I
just
sat there and watched all these
DJing that
dudes
love.
at
I was
these
DJing
events.
that love. Like I was DJ. You know what I'm saying? And so I sat there and watched all these
I wasn't-
dudes at these events.
I wasn't gonna be the person to just okay everything. I seen too many yes men. And the yes man don't help you grow.
I
They
wasn't
don't.
gonna be
They
the
don't.
person.
If you're doing the wrong thing, and I just keep
I
going,
see
yeah,
too many
yeah,
yes
yeah,
men.
keep
And that
keep
and the
it
yes
like
man
that.
gonna help
Yeah.
you grow.
So
Yeah.
they don't. They don't.
If
I'm
you
gonna tell you
doing
some
the wrong
real
thing,
shit.
that's
This is for one of our mutual friends. One of mutual artists.
Keep eating that glass. Yeah.
Shout out to
So-
I'm
gonna tell you some real shit. This is about one of our mutual friends. One of mutual artists that we know. Shout out to Vega who watching Bible
Vega not
Vegas. She
mean
got
to
her
me.
show.
I know Vega like you. I know Vega people.
Until she mean.
Vega not mean to me. And
I know Vega love you
I
down.
don't get no Vega best.
She just got her.
I know Vega good
dropped
people.
the
She good.
newsletter.
She always supports. She always supports. Shout out to
check out her show.
she just got her. She just dropped her newsletter.
And she always brings
I definitely
opportunity.
people subscribe to that and stuff. But shout out, definitely check out her show.
So when you say like real stuff, like I had a conversation.
And she always brings opportunity to help grow that and stuff like that. So I always appreciate that. So when you say like real stuff, like I had a conversation
and
one time when we was in Miami.
you did. I told him straight right.
You wasn't there, but Ghost performed.
You did a love song. You did a turn up cap.
The song he did, I told him straight up. I was like, yo, dog,
the next
me
time
and
we went to Miami,
you did a love song. Me and the turn up cap.
he turned up.
Ain't nobody think about love out here. He said this one. That's the right song. So the next time we went to Miami, he performed the joint, and he turned up on every song.
That's how you get
Came and he
you
was
know.
like, yo,
When I say something, it ain't out of hate. I say things out of love. It may be
much
tough.
better. But that's how you get, you know. When I say something, it ain't out of hate. I say things out of love. It may be tough.
From two different people.
You know.
You have to be able to differentiate.
Well, see, folks are soft nowadays where they can't take criticism. They take criticism if somebody's hating on them. But no, if someone's taking the time to critique you and try to tell you what's going to help you to make you better, that's not hate. That's encouragement. That's somebody looking out for you. But for some reason, it gets skewed and people look at it as hate.
That's not hate. That's encouragement. That's somebody
Artist
looking out for
myself,
you.
right? Let's say
But some
me
things that get
and
skewed and people look at it as hate.
Blasi got on the same car, right? And
As
there's
an
a
artist myself,
competition.
let's say me and
You feel me? So while this competition is going on, you automatically, I'm the opposition.
competition going on.
Automatically.
Yeah.
You feel me now?
You
If
feel
I'm
me?
not
So
secure,
while this
you
competition is
are.
going on,
You know what I'm saying? It's two different
automatically
types of
I'm the
things. If we on the
opposition.
basketball court right now, you
Automatically.
dropping J
You feel me now? If you're not secure,
I'm gonna walk off.
You know what I'm saying? It's two different types of things. If we on the basketball court right now, you dropping J on good shot.
It's two different types of
Walk
people
off.
in this room.
True
You know
that,
what
true
I'm
that.
saying? Good shot.
So I'm the
Then
person
somebody,
that if you go on stage and we have some type of competition,
It's two different types of people in this room.
like that.
You feel
I'm gonna
me?
go,
So I'm the person
boy, you done
that
getting
if
some
you go on
problems to
stage
follow.
and we have some type of competition,
Keep that
your
shit up.
performance
And I'm
is
gonna go on
like
stage
that.
and I'm gonna give
I'm
everything
gonna
I
go,
got.
ooh, boy, you done gave
Whether
some problems
I
to
do what I
follow.
do now,
I love
we
it.
gonna figure
Keep
that
that
out.
shit up. And
You
I'm
know
gonna go on
what I'm saying?
stage and I'm
I'm
gonna
not
give
gonna do
everything I
that with
got.
the hating on you mindset.
Whether
Because
I do or I do not,
especially
we
once
gonna
I
figure
get
that out.
bruh,
You know what I'm saying? But
I
I'm
got
not
niggas
gonna
with
do that
features
with
that
the
they won't even
mindset.
drop.
There's a lot of dudes, that especially once I become competitive.
I feel you, bro.
Because they know.
I got niggas
Now,
with features that
at
they
first
won't
I
even
was
drop.
like, damn, why wouldn't you drop it? You wanted a high verse. If I gave you something trash, would you have felt
Because
better?
they know
Mm-hmm.
now.
But I gave you
At
a high
first I would
verse.
look
I
at
gave
it
you a
like
high
that. Why
16.
wouldn't
I
you
might
drop
even
it?
gave
If you
you,
wanted a high
you know what I'm
verse, if
saying?
I gave you something trash, would you have felt better?
You feel me?
But I gave you a
Why would
high
you
verse,
drop this?
gave you a
Because a
high
lot of
16.
niggas
I might even
kill
give
them
you.
like that.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
Damn.
Can I tell you some real shit about? And this
You
happened
feel
with
me?
Renegade. So I know.
Why
I
won't
know
you
it.
drop this? There's a lot of niggas that ego kill them like
So
that.
No,
hit me up one day.
can I tell you some real shit about this happened with Renegade? So I know it done happened with it about. So a nigga hit me up one day and was like, yo, I ain't put nobody's name out there and nothing like that. But he hit me up and was like, yo, I need that Renegade verse.
Renegade killed
I said, alright, I got you. Send you the beat, I'm gonna send it to him.
Did you tell me?
I said, the nigga the beat,
Renegade was gonna kill the beat like that.
Renegade killed it. They call me back.
That's why because they say that.
Why did you tell me?
They say that. They say,
Why did you tell me Renegade was gonna kill the beat like that? I was like,
what tell you you gonna go? If I
That's
knew you
why
was
they
gonna
kill
go
me.
like
They
that,
say
I would have
that.
did it different.
They say
I'm
that.
gonna drop the jump a little bit. Let me go rewrite this verse.
Shit never came out.
I got to tell them where to tell me shit like that.
I'm gonna drop the jump a little bit. Let me go
It
rewrite
because
this verse.
it's the fact that
I'm telling my brother, tell me straight like
it's
that.
another artist track and they think their artist is the shit, and then you come on there and drop a fire verse and they're like, oh shit, this nigga sound better than the motherfucking track it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, we have a lot of lackluster so-called rappers in this game. That's why I cannot call them rappers. I call them artists or entertainers. Because if you got a 4-minute track and you got 3 other motherfuckers on there and your 16 bars don't sound like shit, you can't consider yourself a rapper. You have to embrace the craft and understand what it means and the responsibility of being called a rapper. Jumping on the track with a hot bass line and get them jumping in the club, you know, that's one thing. But to actually have lyrics where, like you say, people are rewinding back and say, I want to hear that,
That's one thing.
what that nigga say.
But to actually
These
have
folks don't
lyrics
have that
where,
love or
like,
that
people are
passion
rewinding
for
back and say,
the craft of being a rapper. So I can't honestly put them in that category. That's when folks say, oh, this person is the hottest person ever, or that person is the hottest. I'm like, dude, have you listened to shit beyond your age range before you were born? And they don't understand that you cannot say that this person is the greatest if you've never gone back and saw where the foundation of rap really came from.
They don't understand that you cannot say that this person is the greatest if you've never gone back and saw where the
I'm very
foundation of
well
rap really
versed
came from.
in the trend of hip hop.
like I said,
And even to this day, I still listen to music that's beyond the time I'm supposed to be listening to. I remember being 2 years old sitting in the car listening
even to this day, I still listen to music that's
You know what I'm
beyond the
saying?
time.
I remember listening to from Scarface and Girl Boys to MC8 to UGK. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Nigga,
listening
you about to make a tick on the
Wild
mic.
Me, Wild Me, So I remember being in that part of hip
You know what
hop.
I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I'm listening
And
to
I
all
loved
of
it.
Wild Me,
And I
Wild
fell in
Me,
love with
you
it
know what
at
I'm
that
saying?
point.
So I
But
remember
I
being in
acknowledge
that
the
part of hip hop.
Just like I acknowledge the evolution of anything else.
And I fell in love with
But
it.
that's why I say that word evolution. Evolution,
Like
to
I
me,
acknowledge
my
the
definition of evolution means
anything else.
it improves and it gets better.
But-
To me, this rap is
but-
not
but-
getting better.
But once again,
You pick 10,
My
I pick
definition
10. I show you the evolution.
but once again, when you say like,
and it get better.
But
To me, this rap
But-
is
but-
not
I
getting
told you,
better.
I told
but
you.
once again,
You pick 10,
music is, it took
I
a
pick
while
10.
for me to understand that music changed.
I
Oh,
show
yeah,
you
it-
the
it-
evolution.
But once again, when you say, like,
to deal with, and I had to learn
to you, you gotta remember
you
that.
know,
To you, that it's,
you know, my,
it's
one of the greatest things I can say is
music is. It took a while for me to understand that music changed.
Oh, yeah, it-
And I had to
But then
deal with
when you
and
go
I had
the
to
club,
learn from
oh,
DJs.
yeah, we lit.
You know,
Because
you know, one of the greatest things I can say is like when Lil
But-
Wayne's Lollipop.
music. You can't keep just holding on to
Waiting for this
UGK. Like,
But
there's
then
so
when
many
you go
other
in the club,
artists,
oh,
there's
yeah,
so many
waiting
groups
for
like
this
that's like we just holding on to Run DMC.
Because
or
it was
something.
No,
Like,
it's
there's
a
so
different meaning.
much other
It's
shit.
music.
Like
You can't keep just holding
I
on
know.
to UGK. Like there's so
We had
many
that
other artists out
conversation.
there. There's so many groups like
Appreciate it.
like
I'm
you
trill.
hold on
I'm
to Run
trill,
DMC or Public
motherfuckers.
Enemy.
Yeah.
I think
But-
there's so much
I need to go get a
other
Trill burger
shit.
though.
You drive
Like-
the camera like
I just had to get rid of my callus in my head gasket went out. So, I wish I could, bro. I wish I could.
Nigga said,
I need to go get a Trill burger though.
But-
I need to go get a Trill burger though.
You drive a cat like, okay, what you doing?
Pimp C is one of my favorite. Rest in peace, bro. I just had a Pimp C segment before you got in here, man. But that's the thing.
I'm just
I
mad that niggas
separate.
say-
I understand what you're saying. Was that with some of these new artists that you can put them up against some of the old artists and the crowd would love it. It would take over the show. But I always say the same thing. Record sales numbers don't mean shit to me. It just means you got a hell of a PR team. Because people right now, people are mindless. I just listen and don't really have distinct ear for rap. Like when we came up, it was a crack, huh?
Because people right now,
But the
people are
mainstream
mindless
concentrates.
and don't really have
I don't give a yeah.
distinct ear for rap. Like when we came up, it was about rap.
Again,
Huh?
same thing.
Evolution.
Evolution.
I ain't talking about.
But the main
Everything we talking about
Making
Tekashi
5
6
times,
times,
10 times than my Michael Jordan was
Alright,
made.
exactly. So what I'm
We
trying to
just
say
talking
is,
about record
fuck
sales.
that. You know what I'm saying?
We're not
Because,
talking about
again,
record.
But that doesn't make him better because he's making more money.
LeBron
LeBron
Michael
James was
Jordan
making
was
5
making
times,
the
10
same
times
amount
than
as
Michael
Donovan
Jordan
Mitchell
was making.
Mhm.
right
We
now.
just talking about record
So what
sales.
I'm trying to, and so
We're not talking about record
relate that to rap music.
Listen,
Listen,
That don't make him
I'm
better.
not talking about.
LeBron,
I'm talking
Michael
about
Jordan
the people
was making
the
the
real life
same amount as
evolution
Donovan
of the
Mitchell.
art.
Right
The real
now.
life evolution.
So what
of
I'm
the
trying to
art.
say, and so we
There's a lot
relate
of
that to
people
rap music.
that
Listen,
have been that have
I'm not talking
become
about that. I'm
the
talking about
evolution of that. They were
the
still
real life
exclusive of what the
evolution
game
of
once
the
was,
art.
and
The real life
added their own
evolution
twist
of
into
the
it,
art.
and added their own
There's a
thing
lot of
into it.
people
And now
that
they
have
are the
been-
evolved
that have
version
become
of what is now.
the evolution of that. They are still.
You gotta remember, everybody from back in the day didn't have this same
and their
style.
own twist into
You
it.
had some people that
and
Busta
their own
Rhymes
thing
fans,
into it.
hardcore
And now
fans.
they are the evolved version of
Busta Rhymes is
fucking
an acquired taste.
See, it's the word evolve. I guess that's the hiccup for me, because the word to me, like I say, to my definition, evolve means gets better, and I don't feel like this is getting better.
That's the hiccup.
Change. Doesn't mean you get better.
Because the word, to me,
But at the same
like I say,
time,
to my definition,
evolution is changing.
even by your
evolve means
definition,
gets better.
even by
No,
your
I don't
definition.
feel like
See, no. Let me correct you. Evolve means you change.
I
Doesn't mean
mean,
you get
it's
better.
doppelganger.
But at the same time,
Evolution is
even
change.
by your
Yes,
definition,
yes. That's
even
a good
by
point.
your
But
you can name an
I don't know,
artist, I don't know if it's doppelganger.
But you gotta
What
think about
evolve?
niggas like Benny the Butcher.
Jada Kidd.
I love Benny the Butcher. I love Benny the
Jada,
Butcher.
Kiss.
You feel me? You gotta think about the
But he's lyrical and he has skill. Some of these folks don't have that.
Some people back then didn't have it either. You talk about
Yeah,
time.
I mean, you gotta think about it. It's
We
like,
talking about every rapper that came out back in those times was good. Don't say.
Oh no, I'm not saying everybody was good, but it's like now to this generation they say, oh, this person is the GOAT. This person, like people say, Lil Wayne is the greatest of all time. I'm like, I respect his craft. I loved him when he first came up, but I cannot give him that moniker that he's the greatest of all time.
Oh, this person is the GOAT. This person, like people say, Lil Wayne is the greatest of all time. I'm like,
Yeah. Tell me
I
a
respect his craft.
genre
I love him
of
when he first came up, but I
music.
cannot give him that moniker.
Lil Wayne might be the most
that
balanced.
Lil Wayne has not put his finger in whatever the fuck he felt like.
Yeah.
it's good.
Tell me
He's
a
the most
genre
balanced.
of
But I can say the same thing about that for
Music.
Jay-Z.
Well, you can't.
How not?
Well,
the
yes, you
Lil
can.
Wayne.
Yeah, Linkin
But
Park.
look who you had to reach to.
But see, that's my thing. To me, Jay-Z is the GOAT. And I get offended when folks say Lil Wayne is because they don't understand the evolution of Jay-Z. Exactly, because I'm old
Look who
school.
you had to reach to.
But see, that's what to me, Jay-Z is the GOAT.
Because
And I get offended when folks say Lil Wayne because they don't understand the evolution of
See, it
Jay-Z.
depends on what aspect you're looking at. See, the aspect I'm looking at, as in the whole overall effect on the hip hop genre. Rakim, I can give him the GOAT as a lyricist, and as he changed the game and made it more.
You can give him the whole aspect of that's what they
The aspect I'm looking at as in the whole overall effect on the hip hop genre. Rakim, I can give him the GOAT as a lyricist, and as he changed the game and made
You can give him the whole aspect effect of the hip hop genre, because before when Rakim dropped, and niggas was hip hop, bip, bop. Rakim made complicated syllables. Rakim made structured sentences, storytelling. His flow, like Marley Marl told him, "Why you rhyme so slow?" And they was like, "Nah, that's what it is."
Well, see, I don't hit the club, so I'm not really.
Do you think
And then tell me the last time you heard a Jay-Z song in the club.
I mean, some of the joints that he had with his wife, with the nice joint, the $1,000 joint. Some of them that I have a different ear. I'm not into the mainstream club. Lyrically,
with his wife, with the nice
Tell me.
$1,000
Skip
joint.
that question.
Some of them that I have a different ear.
But you
I'm not
gotta.
into the mainstream.
Alright, so skip that question. So let's skip that question.
More
We're gonna skip that question.
of the
Boom.
catalog.
You know anything about the clubs?
than Lil
Okay,
Wayne
cool.
minus
Let's
Jay-Z.
skip that question, right? Who has more?
I can't. Jay-Z, I mean, Lil Wayne has a hell of a catalog. Because he has a lot of mixtapes.
There is no one.
Like I say, yeah, he puts a lot of stuff out there.
And we can throw Gucci in there, but Gucci ain't.
Yeah, I'm not a Gucci fan.
Yeah.
But just because you have a hell of a catalog doesn't mean that it's quality. That's the thing.
All the dedication, sorry for
He
the
put a
wait.
lot of stuff out.
And we can throw Gucci in there, but Gucci ain't
Yeah, I'm not a
that.
Gucci fan.
Gucci got a hell of a catalog.
Like I'm saying,
See, that's the thing. It was about quality when I came. Oh my! And I looked at him and I look at him like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute. They did a list. They did a list
That's not my particular taste.
See, that's the
Gucci was
thing.
doing
It
it.
was about quality, but hype.
No,
Wait,
that's
wait,
why I say
time.
Gucci to go, bro.
See, I can't condone
Wait,
that type of behavior.
Wait a minute.
I
They did a list. They did a list one
I'm a Gucci
time,
man
and
fan.
Mhm.
Gucci was on there, and
He has a movement. He does have
does.
it. Yeah.
like. But here's the
I
thing.
think condone type
No,
of behavior.
But it's happening.
But wait a minute. Gucci. I'm not a Gucci man fan, but Gucci has a
He
catalog.
has a movement.
Gucci, but as a dude that's consistently brought out and put younger talent on, Gucci man. Real talk. He's put more people on than he's put more people on than Jay-Z, Wayne, like if
I don't know. I slow down. Slow down.
No. I'm talking about because they weren't signed to it. They weren't signed to his label. They weren't signed to his
All I'm
label.
saying is that,
But
like, example, Nicki Minaj wouldn't have been talk about Nicki Minaj wouldn't have been thought about
So
without
yeah,
Gucci.
okay,
Fact,
but no.
right?
But he's
Yeah.
put on a
But
lot. Like
then
Amigos came
she
through.
went to Wayne,
Young
and
Thug
Wayne
came
was like,
through.
"Come here, bitch."
Anybody in Atlanta?
Wayne made her into a complete artist.
So, yeah, okay, but no.
But he's put on a lot. Like Amigos came to him. Young Thug came to him.
Yeah.
Then anybody in Atlanta who simply came to
Listen,
him.
and I'm saying that he had a lot of involvement
But he said this. He said that's why
putting his hands on it as they were coming through the
Yeah,
door,
yeah.
and that's fine.
As much
But
as they
Gucci
need
Mane
to
could
be
have
helped.
never
But he
done
gave him
to those artists as mentor, as a manager. And he said this. He said that's why
He let
I let him go, because I couldn't help them
My nigga said
as much as they needed to be helped.
But he gave him that
I
push.
still got a VHS
There
now.
was a dude back when I was working at Blockbuster several years ago, 1,800 years ago. He was from Waldorf.
My nigga said Blockbuster, stop the tape.
Yeah.
This kid needs to start the way.
And
VHS thing.
Gucci Man.
But there was a dude from Waldorf. He was a rapper from somebody from Waldorf. He's from name was like Big B or something like that.
I know Big B, that's my dude.
He did a song with Gucci Man.
Yeah, I know.
And like Gucci Man, like he was in the studio
My
in
man
Atlanta.
Big B put up that bread.
And you know who?
Him and Den Den.
Yeah.
Shout out to Den Den.
That's
Shout
why I
out
met my man.
to
That's why I met motherfucking Frank Lucas.
And I remember I had never really heard of him, but I know he had the joint with Gucci Man.
But Frank Lucas
And you know
is
who?
not
He
I just started following Crank
That's why I met my
because
man,
I went to Largo
that's why I met
and I'm an
motherfucking
older
Frank
dude,
Lucas.
so I know that he's in that area. I had a lot of issue with those Largo
I know
motherfuckers.
Frank.
But he put some quality content out. Some of his shit is fire.
They actually produced the track for
I went to Largo, but I'm an older dude, so I know that
So
he's
real
in that
talk.
area. I had
So
a lot of issues
one
with
night,
Largo.
and this is how it
So-
all ties
But
into.
he put some quality
Shout out to
content out. Some of
Megan.
his
So one
some of
night,
his
when
shit
we
is
salute to
fire.
the
So
Actually
look,
produced a track for
Joy Lucas.
one night, let's see, yo.
So real talk. So one night, and this is how it all ties into this.
Vega was like, I
Shout out
booked
to
some artists
Vega.
to come
So
through.
one night when we salute to my guy
So
G.O.P.
she put Oscar D.
One night,
Keith the
rest in
poet
peace,
came.
Yeah.
And
One
Keith,
night we was at the
time,
Harbor,
Keith and his
and
brother was rapping as a group.
Vega was like, I booked some artists to come through.
And then
I said okay.
Frank Lucas
So
showed
she
up.
put Oscar D.
I
My man
remember
Keys the
Frank
poet
Lucas
came.
hitting me.
And
This is
Keys,
the time
at the time, Keys and his
Yeah,
brother
I
was
remember.
rapping as a
Big
group.
Hurt.
So
I
Keys
didn't
was,
see it at the time.
Um,
Big Hurt had hit me.
and
was
then
like, yo,
Frank Lucas showed up.
fucking Frank Lucas.
I remember Big Hurt hitting me because this is the time we was on at 1:30 in the morning.
I ain't gonna lie.
So
I
I
wish I was
remember
there
Big
that
Hurt, and I didn't see it at the time. But Big Hurt had hit me and was like, yo, is that fucking Frank Lucas in the studio with y'all? I was like,
The show probably went on to fucking.
we got twisted. I ain't gonna lie, we
Yeah,
was so
sometimes
Conversation with
Dog,
them so fucking
we had to-
that night. Them niggas walked into
Keys' brother got so
And then
twisted he
had
went to
one.
sleep on the floor. Like, and the show probably went on to fucking 4 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Cause the conversation was that we was so fucking twisted that night. Them niggas walked in twisted. We was already twisted, and then we had more liquor.
Me and Izzo did a jump from producing like Keys. You know what I'm saying? Like then you come from that to me. I've known Frank Lucas since Frank Lucas was like Squigs.
Oh, yeah,
He nice.
Frank
He nice.
Lucas was producing
Yeah.
since I met him about 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't even know.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
young niggas
Like,
are ill.
I love the fact that he made
Like bars wise too. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Here's the funny thing.
I love his
remember-
skits, man.
He was solid from that angle
I remember
of,
it was a show
like I
that
said,
someone trying to put early in
that
the
young
morning.
old head. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like, and that's,
you,
I love the fact that he made his lane, though.
One time. And I was like, yo, you know,
Here's, here's the funny thing though. I remember when we interviewed, I was like, yo, Frank. I remember it was a show that used to come on Channel 50 early in the morning. I forgot the name of it, but they used one of his beats in one of his skits one time. And I was like, yo, you know they using your skit on such and such. He was like, nah, niggas ain't need to pay me.
yeah.
But he was real talk is that every time I seen him, I just want to type R toward too. He's always had good energy with him.
You always
He's always had good energy. What up, cousin? What up, man? How you doing, man?
Okay, and I hope we see.
But he always had good energy with him, so I always fuck with him like he, no matter how big he's gotten, if I say what's up, he always responds back, and even when I see him, he's always cool with it.
I don't care, and I hope you see this interview. That's a regular ass nigga. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love about it.
It's crazy because with
Unbothered,
Jordan Lucas and
unaffected, you know what I'm saying?
a lot of niggas
He's
was
been
like,
just
oh
got
shit,
finally
Frank,
getting the
he
flowers
got been
he
on
deserved
Frank.
for a lot longer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And eventually,
But the thing is though, it's crazy because when Jordan Lucas did the Uncle Phil beat, a lot of niggas was like, oh shit, Crank, nigga, I've been on Crank Lucas.
I know we sound fucked up.
and all I'm saying is
Yeah,
that
nigga, you supposed to went to the video break about 15, 20 minutes ago, man.
Definitely.
That's why Hey, that's why
I know we sound fucked up. Moonshine got us.
I don't have a video break, but I do got a song. He might know the guy who
I don't know no video breaks. That's why Kevin, I'm pointing the finger, you see I just dropped it. Hey, that's why Kevin, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know when the radio breaks about you.
I don't have a video break, but I do got a song. You might know the guy who made the song.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. So respect it when you see it. Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. You don't want me to get the gig? Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. Bad man. If he chillin', better leave it. Tell them people I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man, ain't good on bad things. America's worst nightmare. He's just a bad dream. You ain't 100. What that bag mean? Not a damn thing. When we see it, better give it up. Was bada bam bing. But this shit right here ain't no joke. You don't want no smoke. I need my money now. Rap it. Nigga, raw milk. He better chill. I got that raw more. That's what he don't know. If he move, I knock his shoes off and watch his soul flow. It ain't no hope. Face to face, nigga, no scope. Get the picking all these headshots is like a GoPro. Me familiar, I say Papi loco, loco. You got beef with who and all they can say was oh no, cause they know I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. So respect it when you see it. Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. You don't want me to get the gig? Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. Bad if he chillin', better leave it. Tell them people I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. Tough guy, probably not, but you bark a lot. You get molly whopped and probably stopped. And right before you call the cops, the revolver pops. And leave a hole in him about the size of a parking spot in the parking lot. Cause he talk a lot, but he big man, tamale hot. And all this proves is a few ways to get your tamales rocked when the party stops. It starts to sound like I let off 1,000 party pops. Looking for him like Ali Ox. We got you hyper, probably shots, but you can get these body shots right before you get your body shot. Make him look like a family pic with his body propped. I'm gone before his body drop. Evil man, Ali not. Simply, I be in my bag, man. I mean, always about my bag, man. But these people love to see a bag. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. So respect it when you see it. Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a don't want me to get the geeking. Tell these niggas I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. If he chillin', better leave it. Tell them people I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Will I make you good? You're not good. You just know how to hide and lie. Me, I don't have that part. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie.
Yo, so my cousin, what up, man? So this is my man. That was his joint book down. CP3, you should be late, cause
Yo, so my cousin, what up,
No
man?
doubt, no
So
doubt. I was
my
streaming
man,
that joint. A
Super
couple of
Cool
folks hit me up, but like,
Cat,
that
that
joint
was
hot.
his
I
joint
was
called
like, yeah,
Bad
that joint
Mind.
is, you know, a job of banging. So, yeah, man, you know, that's what we do, man. You know, we a bad man when we have to be. You know, it's unfortunate that folks try to push that button and see, you know, you try. They take your kindness for weakness, and then when you show them who you really are, then you the crazy motherfucker. Like, no, you the crazy motherfucker for testing me because you didn't think I was who you thought I was. Exactly. You brought this on yourself.
don't.
Bruh, that's the story of my 30s, my 20s and my 30s, bruh.
Here's the white.
Only my 20s and 30s. My teenage years and my 40s, I'm more chill.
Exactly. You brought this on yourself.
Don't.
I was playing football and getting pussy. That's all I was doing.
That's the story of my 30s, my 20s, and my 30s.
In my teenage years, yeah.
Only my 20s and 30s. My teenage
That's
years
the
and my
best,
40s,
man, bruh. That's the best remedy in the world. I try to tell, and that's okay. We see, we about to get okay. I'm about to get in some real shit. 'Cause I was having a conversation with a young lady.
You
Man.
chill?
In my teenage years, yeah.
All right,
Pussy
now.
That's the best.
No, because I'm just saying because we got a real nigga in studio. So she asked me in my opinion, I gave it to her. I want to see what you guys opinion of. All right, I have a new friend that I'm talking to.
No.
She has a best friend that she's been friends with for over, I think she had like 15 years.
So
Female.
my opinion, I gave it to
So she just, her friend just broke up with her boyfriend.
that I'm talking to.
So now she put her on to a dating app.
For over
So she would send her, my friend, her pictures of the dudes that she was thinking about talking to. Just so happens,
she just her
I
friend.
hope
just
she don't get
broke
mad
up
at me
with
telling
her
this story. I'm
boyfriend.
not giving no names though.
So now
But
she put her on to
she happened
dating
to
app.
find
So she was
one of
sending
her
my friend her pictures of the dude
friends
she
with
was thinking about
benefits
talking to.
on the
Just so
page.
happens.
Who did?
I hope she don't get
Her
mad.
friend that was looking for a new little, little jump off.
Happened to
She,
found what she was looking for.
yeah, but it's one of my friend, my new friend, it's her ex.
on the page.
So she tried to mature approach, and she went to both of them individually. And was like, "Look, I don't feel comfortable about this. You know, boom, boom, boom. I don't think y'all should do this." Told her girl the same thing. Now her girl's only known the dude for like 4 days, but they've been girls for over 10 years.
Like, look, I don't feel comfortable about this.
She decides to talk to the dude, and now they're
her girl's only known
talking.
the dude for like 4 days.
Okay.
And then now my
They've been
friend
girls for over 10
is
years.
upset, and she cut her off. She's like, "We're no longer friends because I told you how I felt, and you went ahead and did it."
And now they're
How would you feel? What would your situation? What would your reaction be to that situation?
and then now my friend is upset, and she cut her off. She's like, "We're no longer friends because I told you how I felt, and you went ahead and did it."
We just starting to
How
talk.
would
We
you?
just started to talk.
What would
Yeah.
your situation? What would your reaction be to that?
That's wild.
Basically, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Your new friends already moved on.
Mhm.
So for your
To
new
new
friend,
things.
that's your new
I.e.
friend,
you.
or
We
that-
just started to talk.
Maybe
But y'all talking.
I don't know.
Okay, so
But your new friend is already
basically what I'm
moved
saying
on.
is, but your new
So
friend
let
is
that
already
man and
moved
that other
on,
one, whoever the hell is
to
going
new
on
things,
their life.
i.e.
If you
you,
already moved on,
and
you
hope,
done from
and
it,
maybe
you
other
done. Don't
people
be
for
done
you, I don't know.
Put in, you still
But your new friend is already moved on.
You don't hold nothing to
So
that.
let that
No
man
doubt.
and that other one, whoever
He
the hell
moved
is going
on.
on
He
in
just
their
so
life.
happened to slip
If
trip
you
and
already
fall
moved on and you done
Yeah.
from it, then be done. Don't be done halfway put in and you still want to hold some type of stake to that. You don't hold nothing to that. You moved on.
He didn't target
He
her.
moved on.
He
He
didn't
just so
target her.
happens to
That's
be
the thing.
tripping
If he
for
No,
didn't-
he didn't target her. He's more upset about her best friend. She's not worried about the dude. No, but she told her best friend how she felt about it. And her best friend, the thing is, her best friend just broke
But
up
if
not
he
a
didn't
week
know,
ago. And she just met the dude on Tuesday online.
Her best friend.
She
She's
been
not
talking.
worried about
But she's already
it.
talking about,
But
well,
she
I'm gonna
told
send you
her
the wedding
how she
picture.
felt about it. And her best friend, the thing is, her best
Exactly.
friend
So
just broke up.
CP3, so
Not a
CP3,
week.
so
And she
CP3,
just
you
met
want
the
to
dude
have a
on Tuesday
conversation?
online.
She shouldn't feel the same way.
So here's the funny
But
thing.
she's already talking about,
So CP3, so CP3, you want to have this real conversation? Let's have this real conversation. Okay, let's like this. So if your friend,
Well, she's
If she
more
went and
upset
told her
about the
friend how good this
aspect of
nigga
the
dick
loyalty
was.
aspect from her girlfriend. Well, she's only known the dude for
Shorty
4
done broke
days.
up. That's not your man.
Okay.
You really can't be mad.
well, she's more upset about the aspect of the loyalty aspect from her girlfriend. And she's only known the dude for 4 days.
You already knew my
Yeah, she's moved on. But she was asking me, was she wrong for doing it?
But more than likely, if you were getting that, it probably won't. Listen,
Well, she said they had just hooked up,
But she's moved on.
and she told her girlfriend they had just hooked up recently. And she's like, if you're my girl and we've been girls for 10 to 15 years, yeah, like you're putting dick over our friendship. And my thing is from the outside looking in, her girlfriend has the issue because she's monkey.
Yeah, like you're putting.
Well, she's pretty much said, well, if you guys want to kick it, that's cool. I don't feel comfortable because she said the fact that they talked about her behind her back. She was woman enough to go to them individually and have a conversation, but then they decided to go behind her back and talk about her. That was her objection.
I don't feel comfortable because she said the fact that they talked about her behind her back. She was woman enough to go to them individually and have a conversation, but then they decided to go behind her back.
Yeah, men, we can do that. Women can't necessarily do that. Some can, yeah.
Thing,
a person
and friendships,
no gender,
everything else all together. You know what I'm saying? And that's me.
Men, we can do that. Women can't
I come out. There's
do
some women that can do that.
Some
Hold on.
can.
So now, what I'm trying to tell you is that for a person, I'm gonna leave it generalized, no gender. Just don't want nobody to say nothing to me. Please don't cancel some okay. I love y'all women, but you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it, if
about those thin lines.
if the woman is already gone, she already did what she
Me and
needed
you
to do.
homies, right?
You know what I'm saying? It's no longer an emotional attachment.
on my
You feel
line.
me? For somebody that does not
I
care
could be tweaking off this joint.
about those thin
But
lines,
if this joint is
because
reaching for
prime,
me,
me and you homies, right?
Hey, bro.
A jump that you just smashed is on my line.
Okay. Now,
I'm not
But
gonna be
that-
tweaking off this jump.
now.
But if this jump is
are
reaching
you
for
mad
me,
at me because the
I'm
jump
gonna
keep
keep it
coming at me?
like, hey,
Are
bro.
you mad at
This
me because I
jump
want to
keep
hit the
coming at
jump
me.
that keep coming at me?
Okay?
Are
Now,
we no
now,
longer friends
with that-
because
now
the
time
jump
out.
came at me and
Now,
I
what
liked
do
it?
you
She's
see?
an attractive
Are you
girl.
mad at me
Me.
because the jump keep coming at
I've been in
me?
that
Are
situation
you mad
where
at me
it was a
because I
female
wanna
that
hit the
was
jump
interested
that
in
keep
me
coming
that
at me?
had
Are-
ties to
are
one of
we
my. She
no
wasn't
longer
somebody they were
friends
fucking, but
because
it was
the
my
jump
man's sister.
came at me and
So-
I
She
liked
wanted to
it?
give me the
She's
pussy.
an attractive girl.
My man was like, he cool with it. But I couldn't do that because I knew her since she was like a teenager. So no, she was in her mid-20s and she wanted, and she wanted to give me the cheeks. But I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do that.
No, I couldn't do it because that's my man's sister. I knew her since because I cannot. But I can't. And he asked. No, but that's the thing. He told me, he was like, "Dog, you go ahead and hit it, no problem." But me, I couldn't do it as that's my man.
I got sisters. I can't take it for him.
But I can't.
I got
No, but that's the
sisters.
thing. He told me, he was like, "Dog, you can go ahead and hit it, no problem." But me, I couldn't do it as that's my man.
Because the reality is me as a brother, right? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no,
Me as a brother, let's say one of my homies,
I
right?
don't even gotta
One of
tell
my
you.
homies, my sister has an
All
infatuation
that
with one of my
fucking
homies.
with bitches
And my
around me and
sister
all
and
that
my
shit.
homies
Yeah.
all talk.
Yeah.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell
That's
my
one thing.
man,
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna go look.
Second part, you know what I'm saying? Now,
One part, I don't even gotta tell you.
No
all that fucking with
bullshit.
bitches around me and all that shit.
And I want
You know
him
what I'm
to
saying? That's
But
one thing. I
outside
gotta
of
tell you that.
that is a
Second
grown
part,
ass woman.
you know what I'm saying?
You are
Now,
a grown
don't
ass
come
man.
and talk to me
I hope you
about my
respect
sister.
me
I don't want to hear nothing about
treat
me
my sister
and my
with
sister.
respect.
I don't want to hear
Because
nothing.
you respect
But
me.
outside of
So
that,
actually,
that is
as
a
brother,
grown-ass
I
woman.
put my sister
You are a
in
grown-ass
that
man.
situation.
I hope
Because
you
if
respect
don't
me
respect my
enough
sister as my
to treat
homie,
my
now
sister
I can
with
fuck you
respect
up.
because you respect me.
See,
So
now the way
actually,
you
as a
presented
brother,
it is
I
different
put
from
my
the way
sister
my man
in the
presented
best
it.
situation.
So with that,
Because if
I
you
could
don't
have, I still
respect
wouldn't
my
have did
sister
it because
as
that's
my
just me.
homie, now I can
My
fuck
sister, I'ma
you
fuck
up.
you
No,
up.
but that's my.
Just like any other man.
That's just a line you. To me, that's just a line you don't cross. To me, that's just a line you don't cross.
So with
To
that,
me.
I still wouldn't say.
To me, it is.
That's just
She like
me.
you.
Yeah,
Like
but
my
if we
sister, I'ma
fam,
fuck you up, and
if
that's
we
why I was
if
just
we
like any
folks,
other man.
That's
You
just
just
a
like
line.
that
sister, I'ma
that
fuck you
thought
up.
that thought never crossed my when she told me that shit.
But see,
But that's the thing. That thought that thought never crossed my mind to even try to have sex with her. Yeah, because like I said,
Bro,
this
you
is my
not taking
man.
it from her, and I can't take it for her.
But that's the
You
thing.
wild.
That thought never crossed my mind to even try to have sex.
that's because it's too extreme for you.
Yeah, because like I said, this is
But-
my man.
But we talking about not a sister, we talking about a chick. This is a female. So like this. So if it's on something like this,
I
we
like
know
if,
this
if that's what she want.
if you would,
I
if
can't
you
be
want a
mad. She
female
not my
around,
girl.
we ain't gonna say no names. We just
Yeah.
personal. And Youngin was digging me and was
Yeah, but that's
I
different
was
from your
like, I never-
sister.
So it's not coming at me. And I know I
That's what now I wanted his perspective on my situation because my boy still clowning me for that. Like, man, you should have go ahead and fuck. I'm like, dog, that's your sister.
No, it's not her sister. You want the sister in this shit, nigga.
I wanted his perspective on my situation because my boy still clown me for that. Like, man, you should go ahead and fuck. I'm like, dog, that's your
If a nigga tell you don't fuck with her, what you gonna do?
To be fair with you, I think I'm cool. I had my homie sister real live be feeling me. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was like, oh man, yeah, that's cool, man. My sister needed to be like you type. You know what I'm saying? Like, real life said that shit to me, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now, mind you, I didn't hear it at that
That shit was crazy.
Not yet.
But
That's what because
I didn't hear
that,
her, you know what I'm saying? But she was real live on me. And then the next thing I know, this nigga turned
see
around.
that's a conversation. I'm a preventive maintenance type of motherfucker. If I can prevent a conversation from having to happen, I'm going to steer clear of it. That right there is like an don't do it. Get away, abort mission. I've had several of my. I only have a few folks that I'm like I consider my folks. And if their people say, hey, I want to holler. Like I got one dude. I done fucked his aunt, his cousins, his sisters because we cool, but we weren't cool. But niggas that's only a few dudes that I have a real bond with. And if somebody in their family or their clique say they want to fuck with me, I'm like, no, I can't do that because I don't want to risk losing the bond that I have with my man by over some pussy.
If somebody in their family or their clique say they want to fuck with me, I'm like, no, I can't do that. I don't want to risk the bond that I have with my man by over some pussy.
It was nothing but females in the family.
But when somebody
They entrapped me. No, they entrapped me, bro.
How you want to tell me I'm wild with my man sister and you with the aunt, the sister?
Because they entrapped me, bro. Nah, they entrapped me. They threw the pussy at me, bro.
at the beginning,
It wasn't by choice. I was getting my hair. That's why I said I used to get my hair done. Yeah, I was getting my hair done in the basement. Nobody came. Next thing I know, my dick was in her mouth.
It wasn't my choice. I was getting my hair. That's why I said I could get my hair.
I mean, exactly. I used to get my head. I used to get my head done when I got my head done.
Was they all doing your hair separate?
She initiated. No, she initiated. Nah, she initiated. Nah, she wanted to holler at me because I was fucking the cousin already. Now I'm saying I was already smashing the cousin and she knew I was smashing the cousin. But the cousin was out of town and I needed my hair done. She sucked she sucked my dick. She sucked my dick.
No, I'm saying I was already smashing the cousin and she knew I was smashing the cousin. But
Yeah,
the
I
baby
had
was
like
out
3
of town,
cousins and like
and
2
my hair
aunts, and
done.
it was
And you
all
smashed
females
her?
in that family. It was no dude.
So what was the cousin?
Oh, you
Yeah,
out.
bro, it was like I said. I got
It
in
was a
trap,
niece.
bro.
So you was
I
smashing
was just,
the
I was,
niece,
it was, I was
and then
going
you
to get my
smashed
hair
her.
done. Next thing I know, my dick was in their mouth, bro. It ain't.
It was all females in
I'm
that
just-
family.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
Oh, nigga, you went for what?
I fell in. That's how I fell into some pussy back in the day. I slipped and fell in some pussy.
My hair done.
You can't find love, nigga. You just a
She told me how good her hair game was, and I just said, prove it. Next thing I know, my dick was in her mouth.
And you just hit her mouth. You just hit her mouth. Oh my God.
I'm not trying to get wrong with that, right?
Oh, so she
I'm
told
not-
her head to her head, and you didn't say nothing.
I'm not judging anybody. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just throwing a different perspective out there.
He made me feel like a bad
No, because I'm trying to be a better man. 'Cause I'm trying to be a better man.
I'm just throwing
You was just looking at shit 15 minutes ago. You made me feel like a bad
But it's the same dude though. It's the same dude.
The story started, he was like, I would
No,
never
it's
fuck
the
my
same
man.
dude. It's his in-law.
Bitch whole
But
family,
it's the
though.
same dude though.
No, but I was fucking his in-law.
Wait a minute.
Stop, bro.
His in-law. They was
I
his
won't
in-laws.
fuck with
His
my
wife's
man,
aunt.
But I fuck this other
I wouldn't
nigga
fuck
whole
his
family.
aunts, but I would fuck his wife's aunt.
No, it's his in-law.
So you wouldn't fuck his sister?
No, but I would fuck his in-law.
Hold on. How is that wrong by fucking his in-laws aunt?
In-laws, his wife's aunt.
Not by blood.
I wouldn't fuck
Not
his
by
aunt,
blood.
but I would fuck his wife's aunt.
Man, I mean, they still together, so yeah, technically. I mean, but it's a piece of paper, and they me. I didn't pursue them. They pursued me.
Not by blood.
They just said I knew her when she was this young, man.
The family that you get to
Nah,
pick is worse.
see, but I didn't know them before. No, they came at me.
You were never allowed to go to the
I'm just saying, I knew her when she was this small.
I didn't know.
I mean, you right. If she grown, I just couldn't do
You
it.
were never allowed to go to
But I'm just saying, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
This nigga's like Birdman.
I'm just saying, I could fuck his in-laws, but I'm not gonna fuck his aunt. That's different.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah, I don't know his wife. I mean, me and his wife is cool, but I don't know him. I don't know them
I could fuck his in-laws.
now. But I knew his aunts before.
That's different.
Nah, I just called them fucking. But
I
I mean, they're his in-laws.
I'm different.
That's what I'm saying. I went over to the cookout.
Now, but I knew
But
his
legally, yeah.
No,
But like I said, I knew her when she was this small, so I couldn't smash his
they're his
sister.
in-laws.
I don't know them.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were from Glenarden, bro. Come on, bro. They were from Glenarden, bro. Come on.
But like I said, I knew her when she was this small, so I couldn't smash
So
his
we
sister.
were.
I don't know them.
You couldn't smash his sister, but you said,
And I'm from Glenarden, bro. Come on, bro.
No, it wasn't. Like I said, it wasn't his aunt. It was his wife aunt. I didn't like to fuck her, but she did have some bombs.
So
She
which
wasn't
one of the
ideal
aunts
type.
had
Like
the
he
best
had
head?
some young ones that was on me. They had good pussy, but not good head. The older one didn't have good pussy, but she had good head. So it was like I was conflicted.
I didn't like the fucking, but she did have some bombs.
Yeah, I don't have no problem telling you, motherfucker. I'm like, you need to step your game up. You got, bro. Come on now. You gotta tell him, man. Cause like I was having a conversation last night. A Nick, like,
Did you tell her?
I'm just saying. I had a conversation with a young lady last night. She was like, niggas out here wilding when they find out, when they know they got a big dick. I'm like, niggas don't know they got a big dick until a chick tells them they have a big dick. Because we don't look at other niggas' dicks, so we don't know what a big dick look like. And she was like, no, you're lying.
You know what? That was fact.
Yeah, like we don't know until someone tells us. I was using lifestyles and wondering why my dick was hurt after. I feel like, because your dick is too big for wearing lifestyles. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Thank you.
You know what? That's a fact, though.
Exactly. Niggas ain't gonna do that shit. So how am I gonna know that I got a big dick unless a chick tells me? She's like, the average dick is like 4 to 5 inches. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's all about perspective and what you know. And like I said, if I've seen you come up from 13 years old to 26 years old, And yeah, you are.
Well, nigga, I would not know that shit.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's
I was
all
in my
about
early
perspective
20s.
and what you know.
So by the time
And like I said, if I
turns
know,
I was in my early
30s,
30s, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to."
So she's 20.
Yeah, you are.
She's
How old were you when she was 13?
You're early 30s.
I was in my
And she was like, "I want to throw it on."
So by the time she turned 26,
I was in my early
That's
30s.
just I can't. See, I guess because I guess because I don't have a lot of long-term friendships with folks. I treasure the friendships that I have. So knowing that's one of the dudes that I consider.
That's just I can't. See, I guess because I
gave her the Heisman, dog. I was like, no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to do this. She was putting the full court press. She would hit me up late night, sending me pictures of the pussy and
So
everything.
you didn't fuck the sister ever.
Like I said, I don't have a lot of long-term.
Like, no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to do this.
At the time, I did. I don't have no more. I was because I was the best. It was a daily struggle, bro.
Fuck that. No, fuck a daily struggle. You was that big of a person.
Like I said, I don't have a lot of long-term.
Did you keep it?
But I never hit it though. But I never hit it though. But
It was a daily struggle, bro.
I can admire a pretty pussy.
That big of a person.
I can admire a pretty pussy, dog. But I never hit it though. I never hit it. But he gave me the thumbs up anyway. But I never hit it though. But I never hit it.
You equally as
Was I what? No,
Nigga,
no.
if you my man,
No, she sent it to me because she was trying to entice me to come over.
you're my sister. You got
Yeah, I kept them, but I didn't.
Were you around with the pictures in your phone?
But I never hit it though. But I never hit it.
No, she sent it to
Thinking
me.
about it is not the crime.
You kept them.
No, you cannot go to jail for thinking about doing something.
When you see your man,
I
you wouldn't imagine, you wouldn't look at him like, yeah, man.
But I never hit it though. But I never hit it. Thinking about it is not the crime.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
No, you cannot go to jail for thinking about it.
Wait a minute. I got some great news. Big shout out to Alexis. She is now one of the executives at Get At Ya Entertainment, which is funded by Hustle Gang and T.I. So DJ Get At Ya, who's a DJ that he's worked with T.I. in the past, and is one of our close friends in
Well,
Atlanta.
hold up. If we need to expeditiously make our way down to the Atlanta area to do I'm trying to use some T.I. words. Yeah, and we can stream, stream live.
But now back to you. You should try to
What weekend is that, nigga? Let me know. I start a new job, but I'm off on weekends, and nigga, I told you I've been stuck in Maryland too long, nigga. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I need to change the scenery, man. I'm about to snap, man. I'm choking
What
nigga out.
weekend is that, nigga?
I gotta get the fuck out of B&B before
I gotta look it up.
I'm starting a new job.
Cause these skinny jean niggas is getting on my nerves, bruh. I'm ready to just smack these niggas. Like, nigga, you is not a man. You are a Ken doll. You have no, bruh. I used to do security. These niggas come in with skinny jeans on. I'm like, dog, I'm not patting you down. There's no reason. I can tell you ain't got shit, bruh. Get the fuck out of here. It's the truth, man. That's why I say these niggas is soft, man. These niggas is some bitches. If you got a problem with it, come see me in the street. I smack you in your motherfucking face. Tired of these niggas, man. I'm tired of these motherfuckers walking around. Because man, I've been out in the streets lately, man. I've been seeing these niggas walking around with skinny jeans on, hanging off their ass with their butt out. I'm like, what are you trying to advertise? Because you gay?
It seems so aggressive. When you hit your man, you be so aggressive.
Nah, man, because I can't. That's rules to that. That's rules, man. That's my like. If he wasn't my man, 50 grand, then yeah, I could do it. But this man looked out for me when I didn't have nothing. Yeah. That's not the point. When emotions and dick get involved, I know me. At that stage of my life, I cannot say that I wouldn't.
That's not the point.
I was a sorry motherfucker. That's why I took the high road, because I know if I would have ended up smashing shit, I would have
I
dogged
know
her.
me.
Would you have treated her better than you treated the typical
At that stage of my life,
Yeah, I was trying to be the better. I was trying to be the better person. I could have took the
sorry
pussy.
motherfucker.
I could have turned
That's
her
why I
out
took
and
the
had a
high
good
road,
time.
'cause I know
But remember,
if
I
I
told
would
you
end
about
up
the
smashing
vendetta that I
shit
had
all
about
around.
the dude that I did that to his sister. So I didn't want to do that to someone else, especially somebody that I was cool with.
So
Yeah, we still man 50 grand. I still talk to him on a regular basis. I don't know. I left her alone. I blocked her number and never talked to her again. Yeah, because she kept on sending me pictures of her pussy. That's why I left it alone. No, I left it alone. I think she was somebody with that.
Yeah, versus you still see it.
No, I got rid of her.
You blocked her?
Yeah, I got rid of her.
She kept on sending me pictures of her pussy. That's why I left it alone.
I ain't had alcohol.
No.
You got an Android?
You got
That was an Android.
you got the pussy back.
I mean, I do have a good pussy collection on my phone, but she's not.
Hey, your iCloud, nigga. You got an iCloud.
Yeah, I do.
You got an Android back there?
But my cloud, yeah, I do. I used to keep a cornucopia of pussy.
Then they Google
that I
photos.
used to
I
take.
do have a good pussy collection.
You got
Yeah, you have to. See, I've been single for a long time, so I can do it. You know, most dudes that's in relationships and doing shit on the side, they got to put in that private file.
I bet you do.
I will keep it cornucopia.
I mean, if she, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I mean, she wants me to. I mean, honestly, if I deal with a female, she should be secure enough to deal with it. But if it's a deal breaker and I'm really feeling her, I'll delete them. But if it's something that you're insecure about because I got pictures of pussy, pussy is a beautiful thing. Pussy is the best stress reliever in this world, behind marijuana. I mean, marijuana is second, pussy is first. I'm sorry. There's only 2 things I worry about: green and pink. I'm colorblind, money, weed, and pussy. That's it.
Pussy is the best stress reliever in this world, behind marijuana. I mean, marijuana is second. Pussy is first. I'm sorry. So 2 things I worry about: green and pink, colorblind, money, weed, pussy. That's it.
Well, see, I've been blessed enough to have 6 bisexual ex-girls. Most of them don't have a problem with me having pictures of pussy on my phone as long as they
I
can.
agree with you. We can have that conversation all day. What I'm trying to tell you is not really.
Well, see,
Sure,
I've been
let's check
blessed
it
enough to have 6 bisexual girls.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all wild like
Most of
shit.
them.
Bro, we about to get it in, dog. We about to get it in. Just like you said, the bond was connected over our trip to Atlanta. The bond has been connected over the power of pussy.
Y'all wild like shit. Y'all wild like shit.
We about to get it in, dog.
Nigga, we brother. Nigga, I was like,
Nigga, we talking about pussy,
Connected
nigga.
over our trip to Atlanta.
That's a 24-hour
nigga, I was
conversation.
like, yo, dog. Yo, real talk. I was delusional. I was like, yeah, we just gonna do super interview. We probably end about 8 o'clock. Fuck that. Let's play the video.
We talking about
I'll tell you,
pussy.
it's a world romantic.
That's a 24-hour
I won't be
conversation.
able to find it back. This is why I fuck with you. Now I'm super cool.
Yo, let me tell y'all that. It's the world romantic exclusive shit right here. Y'all won't be able to find this at the end of the day. It's about fuck with you. Shout out to Super Cool Cat.
Every time that I pop up, they bringing all this swap top. They be bringing all the tights up. Oh man, every time that I pop up, they dripping them up. Every time that I pop out, I be bringing all the squad out. That man with a block out. He be bringing all the thoughts out. Oh man, every time that I pop out, they dripping them up.
You better cut that shit. That shit ain't right. You better cut that shit. Come be in here, butt naked breakdance. Alright. She gonna be in here, butt naked breakdance, and it ain't our fault.
Every time that I pop out, every time that I pop out, every time that I pop out, a young nigga pop out clean. Every time that I pop out, I'm more like a top out.
Yeah, how about you? You better get that North Kakalaka ain't no joke.
This when you got clout, yeah, I got a bad bitch, she a knockout. People champ like the rock, piggy ring with the rock. I ain't playing like an NBA knockout. Guy ain't even had to bring a Glock out. Why? They fuck with me hard in my city. I'm a big dog in the yard in my city. Respect from the G's and the broads in my city. They cannot live like a god in my city. I run it, you can't even jump in my city. They miss me whenever I'm gone from my city. So I'm just a throw on the yards in my city. Oh, I do it all for my city. Everywhere that I go, I gotta tell them they already know. It must be my show, it must be my glow. I told them before that whenever I show, it's a show. Tell me have you checked the scope? It's a blowout and they already asking for more. Fly for why not so? Every time that I pop out, I be bringing on the squad out. That's my little block out. It's bringing on the thoughts out. Oh man,
Exclusive, baby.
they drinking them up. Drop the top down. Cause I got it on
on lock now. Oh yeah, every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. A young nigga pop out.
Done.
Every time that I pop out.
I just felt it hit me like, yeah, that's it. That shit just said boom. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
What's cooler than soup? These hoes love me like I'm Luther, and I'm clean as a loofah. You just blow and smoke like a hookah. But shout to my shooter, play dumb and this shit it get stupid. Like he made a move on the movement, and that's why he ain't moving. I am with you, I'm booming. Man, this gas in the Esco boofing. She smell it, she ducks, losing. I burn a zip for amusement. Cause when you move, I be moving. And people can't help but be tuned in. It's a vibe, where they be glued in. Haters be fuming. But the game that we winning, losing. She dig it, that's what she choosing. Ain't nothing new. Cool, I'm coolin', you know how I do it. What's there to rap about? I'm super, what's there to act about? Hop in the whip, tense black out, and just pop your bitch and pop back out. Every time that I pop out, I be bringing all this guap out. Black models gon' block out. Even bringing all my thoughts out. Oh man, every time that I pop out, big drink in the mop out. New cool, drop the top down. Cause I got it on lock now. Oh yeah, every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. A young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. Young nigga pop out clean, I mean every time that I pop out. Every time that I pop out. A young nigga. Back to me, dumbass.
Yo, real talk, that's not fire. Funny thing is, when you shot that video, that was during the weekend of my birthday. And I remember because George was supposed to meet me at my working. But he was like, nah,
Yo, real talk, that thing was fire. Funny thing is, when you shot that video, that was during the weekend of my birthday.
he told me about that.
And I remember because George was supposed to meet me at my at the restaurant Renegade was working at. But he was like, no, I gotta go shoot the shoot. And I was like, I want you to come. I said, no, I'm already at the restaurant. So, he told me about that, and I was like, oh, Superman video? Oh, you know, that's why I hit that nigga. Yo, let me see that. I like that joint. I like that joint, dog. Every time pop out.
People be like, yo, no. The people hit me up all the time. I always pick CP3. CP3 is wild ass shit.
I'm just a real, I'm just a real dude, bro. That don't have no time for no bullshit. Just like we was talking before the show, we have a mutual friend
I always pick on
that
CP3.
I had
CP3 do some wild ass shit.
friends with benefits relationship with.
He be doing wild.
And this young lady decided to started coming over to my home and cleaning and doing stuff and bringing over appliances and such. And I saw the writing on the wall, and I don't recall saying this, but she said that I cold Blake.
First of all, when a nigga got to get you before he tells you what's about to be said,
You probably said it. You said it, nigga. You said it. First of all,
I mean,
when a nigga got to get you
I mean, she didn't tell me this. This is what I mean in second part of it. I don't recall saying this, but she said that I looked at her cold blanket and told her that, you know, this isn't a relationship.
You said it.
I mean,
You said it.
I'm saying, but that's some real shit. Exactly.
You said
Thank
it.
you. Then I'm leading you on.
I'm saying, but that's some real shit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You gotta be direct. The thing is if I don't tell you that this is not a relationship, and you feel like it's a relationship, then you are going to be led on, and then I'm going to be a dog at the end of the day for not being very clear about the fact that this is not a relationship. So basically, you don't win is what I'm saying.
So let's have this conversation. So
No.
when is it? Because I've told, like I've dated a person like that.
Conversation. It's all about
When is the right time to tell a person?
You can't communicate with y'all.
Like you tell them about You tell them before you fuck?
No, none of that.
You need to be able to
have a quick, concise conversation. It's all about communication.
And without
you can't communicate with y'all, where y'all stand in each other's lives, what the fuck y'all doing.
He ain't saying
you need to be able to clearly communicate what this is.
Communication is the key. And because I'm straightforward and honest, which most of these motherfucking dudes ain't. Yeah, I tell them point blank. I don't have no cut. I have no time for bullshit.
I wasn't scared of that, but you said that I'm
Yeah, because some folks can't handle the truth, and I'm like,
are you honest?
I understand. I'm not for everybody, but when you meet me initially, you're like, yeah, you're engulfed. You're like, oh, this dude is different, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna let you know, I'm an asshole also, because if you do something that you're not supposed to do, or you jump out of pocket, I have a unique way of proving my point.
But I'm gonna let you know, I'm an asshole also, because if you do something that you're not supposed to do,
and then you be like,
I'm just saying.
I have a unique way.
You said,
see, that's what I'm talking about. See, I be with you.
And
then you be like, no.
Fucking curveball. It is the curveball you threw though. You said if you do something that you're not supposed to do. Reality is that
if you are living your life, sweetheart, and that's fine.
We're not my
so you
woman.
live your life.
We're not in a relationship.
I'm not gonna say nothing about what you
then
do.
who am
You're not
I
gonna say nothing about what I do.
to tell
when
you
I just so happen to
what
be
you
with
can
you
or
at the
cannot
same
do?
time.
You are living your life, sweetheart, and that's fine.
True.
So
Otherwise,
you live
I
your
don't
life.
have no
Now, I'll live mine. I'm not gonna say nothing about what you do. You're not gonna say nothing about what I do. And when I just so happen to be with you at the same
See,
time,
I'm not the only one. See, thank you. They've been demonizing me for years.
So what is the worst thing you ever did to a woman?
Was that I ever did to a woman?
Knowing.
Fuck that shit.
See, I'm
See,
not
I did it. I wasn't intentional. I wasn't intentional when I got here from her sister.
But I did it.
now, let's ask this nigga, what's the worst thing you did?
Knowing
I
that it was
got head from her sister and fucked her worst
He
image.
trying to do it act like it wasn't.
I wasn't intentional when I got here.
Super. Now, let's ask this nigga, what's the worst thing you did?
Everything happens for a reason.
Got hair from her sister and fucked her worst image.
I'm gonna give you a moment, see. Okay? I'm gonna give you time.
Intentional.
But what did, all right, now
You
listen.
tell me.
All right, I'm a firm believer.
That this woman did to you that made you go have sex with her sister.
So I'm gonna give you a moment. see.
I told her, hold up, hold. Let me preface this. Let me preface this. Hold up. I gotta put a disclaimer out there. I explained to her,
So that's one of the hard things.
I'm living in a house with 8 white people.
It might be worse than
Her
you.
younger sister had a crush on me before I ended up getting with her because she made more money.
Disclaimer out there.
So I explained.
Stop, Rock. Hold up.
Before I ended up getting with her because she made more money.
So I was living with my sister at the time. We had a falling out, so I ended up moving in with my girlfriend and her family. So I explained to her, do not leave me home on my day off with the hard dick. Just like I wouldn't send her out without giving her a good fucking before she went out. Don't leave the house without letting me bust that nut. We had an argument on a Sunday when I was off. She didn't let me bust that nut. Her little sister decides to pursue me. No, let me finish the story. Let me finish the story. Let me finish the story. All right, she's trying to, she's dropping hints that she wants to give me the pussy. I leave the, yes, the sister. As she's gone to work.
Did she not sign for a truck?
He went to work. I know, no, listen. No, I am the victim here, man. Listen to this. I leave the house. No, I leave the house because I see what her. I leave the house because I know that I see that her sister's trying to give me the pussy. So I leave the house and I go down the street to my cousin's house.
You a victim.
No, I leave the house and I see what her
I leave, who lives down the street.
I know that I see that her
My female cousin's house. Yes, and I tell her, look, I need to lay low at your house because Shawty's trying to, throw a little something on me, and I'm not trying to do it.
I leave who lives down the street.
And the bitch follows him, man.
My female cousin's house.
She follows you.
Yes, and I tell her, look, I need to lay low at your house.
I was trying not
because
to.
Shawty's trying to-
No, I'm saying I was trying not to. But see,
I just won the whole argument.
Your man sister.
The whole argument was not two sisters.
but I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. I leave the house.
You out.
I went down the street to my cousin's house. I tell her,
I just won the whole argument.
Throwing the box.
yeah, she was throwing at me, yeah, and I couldn't do it because that's my man's sister.
I'm trying not to.
I wasn't trying, but I didn't fuck her. I just got head. That was it.
To my cousin's house.
But that's what I'm saying. I left. But no, but I left the house. But I left. But I'm saying, I left. I went to my cousin's house. I like, look, let me lay low.
I just got hit. That was it.
Yeah, true. But I tried.
But I left.
But I tried to get away, bro. I left the house and went down to her house and I was like, let me lay low down here because Shawty trying to give me some pussy and I'm trying to be good. She lets her know I'm in her room.
But I tried to get away, bro. I left the house and went down
That's
to her
not
house
true.
and I was like, let me lay low down here.
Head is my weakness. I can turn down pussy.
She lets her know I'm
I can
at
turn
her
down
house.
pussy, but I can't turn down head.
He has a
That's
point.
not true.
So
You ain't take every joint that offered you.
Head is my weakness. I can turn
So
down
you
pussy.
took every joint that offered you
I can
that.
turn down pussy, but I cannot turn down head.
So wait a minute. He has a point. So
I can turn down pussy, but
whether she was pretty, ugly, whatever.
I would let her suck my dick. Yes.
I can turn down pussy.
Terrible.
Nigga, it's a yes or no question.
No,
Say
I
yeah.
How you know about Swebbies, man?
Shamelessly. He
That
said
was
it
my
like 5
word,
times
man.
already.
I can turn.
I
So
thought I
even if the
created
track
that.
wasn't
Man, see,
attractive,
man,
said
I ain't
you
had
know.
nothing in DMV, man. I thought I created Swebbies. Yeah, man, I'm ashamed to admit that head is my weakness.
What's it? What's
That was
it?
my word.
A Swebby is an egg with legs. She's shaped like an egg with legs. Yeah.
I thought I created sweat. Yeah, man. I'm ashamed to.
So what's it? Don't know what. What's it? Don't know what's the sweat?
A Swebby is an egg with legs. She's shaped
I'm
like
just
an
saying.
egg.
Like niggas in hell gonna be like,
Big
I'm
shoulders.
bad, but I ain't
You know,
Bruh, the thing is, I know my weakness. I know, and that's the thing. I told her,
You got your
do
own
not
section.
leave me
Like, niggas in
home with
hell
a
gonna be
hard
like,
dick.
I
You
was
go to
bad,
work.
but I ain't CP3. Like you have your own section in hell.
The thing is, I know my weakness. I know, and that's the thing. I told her, do not leave me home with the hard dick.
You know,
I don't care, bro. I'm selective. Fuck all that. I'm tired.
So
She don't know where I live at. She ain't gonna know my real name. Yeah.
So if you
Hell
be a
no.
crazy joint. So if you be
No,
a
I
crazy
got niggas. I got some niggas that I can call. But I'm saying, we see when we used to come up in that situation, I would have a nigga I could call. I was like, hey, I need to come over your spot.
What if she follows you?
This is my man. Like I said, I don't have a lot of. I wouldn't put myself in that
So what if
situation.
what if
No,
what if
she-
you chase it with an
I mean, I could call him and call her if they want to put the name out there. I never did it. She caught me one night. No, I never did it. He clowns me to this day, like, dog, I can't believe you didn't fuck that way. I didn't do it, bro. I couldn't. No, I didn't want to fuck her because I knew what I was capable of. She already liked me.
He didn't want fucking sister.
You never thought
I'm
about
done.
that?
You didn't want to fuck
I
with
didn't
because
do
you
it,
knew
bro.
Were you scared to be in a relationship with her?
Yeah,
I didn't
true.
wanna
That
fuck with her.
that
I
too.
knew what I was
your
capable
aunties
of.
and
She
all
already
She
liked
might have
me.
made you a good
I got
sister.
caught up one
She might
time
have
where the
made you a
cousin
good
sucked my
man.
dick and the aunt
You
got
never
mad
thought
because she
about
wanted
that?
to fuck me
want to
later
fuck
on.
his sister because he knew that.
And I told her like I gotta at least go home and wash my dick. She got mad because I wanted to wash my dick.
And aunties and all.
So I
But
got
then
caught
you
up in
fucked the whole
situations
family
like that
with her.
before, but
I got caught up one time.
she
where
had
the
all
cousin
females.
sucked my
She
dick
had
and the
no
aunt got mad.
males in her family, bruh.
And I told her I gotta at least go home and wash my dick. She got mad because I wanted to
I
wash
told
my
you,
dick.
nigga, my
So I got caught
20.
up in situations like that before, but she had all females. She had no
Nigga,
males in her family.
Nigga, you are like a mixture of West Coast Production and Dynasty.
Bruh, I've had some fun in my life, bruh. Bruh, I've had some fun in my life, bruh. Like I said, the shit that I've done in my 44 years, motherfuckers spice my age time. That's why we working on the web series now, nigga. I told you, I got the name.
Yo, he's
I've had some fun
this
in my
nigga's
life.
on
Yeah,
a real live
bruh. I
soap
told you it's
opera.
coming. I changed the name of the guilty because was a nobody innocent. It's coming, nigga.
Motherfuckers spice my age time. That's why we working on the web series now, nigga. I told you that.
Yo, no, yeah. The new camera lens is coming in.
Yeah, bro. I told you it's coming. I changed
Yo,
the name of the guilty because nobody
On some real
innocent. It's
super,
coming.
on some real, I tell you like this.
This is just the chronicle.
Whenever you ready, because I got a new camera lens coming in. I already got a 50 millimeter, but I got an 85 millimeter. You ready, dog? You want to shoot your next one? I got you.
I just gotta keep CB3 away from my sister.
I got you.
Yes. And aunts.
Stay tuned for the
and you know
Chronicles
you
of
fan.
CP3, baby. It's gonna go down.
However, to all the niggas that ain't super,
I just gotta keep CB3 away from my sister.
yes.
Bro, if I could find that one little white joint that I had,
Nigga, we about to get motherfuckers the little screen on their faces and so they can start confessing all the dumb shit they did with you.
Find that one little white joint that I had.
I really can't say better. It's not really, it's not really better. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get me cancer from all the pussy in the whole world.
So what's up?
You know,
Which is better?
hey, I appreciate that, bro. He was just throwing me out. He was just throwing me out there, just trying to just eliminate all my fucking for the rest of my life and shit.
I want to let it go say.
I got you CB3.
I can't believe he said that shit. I'm just saying. I can't say better. I say different.
I can ask a question that you can't say. I can ask a question you can't say them. Redhead. Redhead.
I can't believe he tried to set me up. Like,
Redhead. Redhead.
it's different.
Redhead.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna save him already.
I've only had a few Spanish films. I mean, it's different. Like the mentality of most white girls.
I just want to know.
I mean, the pussy. I mean, because with the white girls, when they told their daddy they won't get a pussy up, they would give the mouth up and give the ass
I mean,
up.
it's different.
But they can still tell their daddy it's a virgin. So the pussy would be tighter, but they wouldn't know how to fuck. Sisters, they know how to fuck. They got that. They know how they've been doing them kegels. They know what the fuck it is. So it's different. See, this new pussy, I ain't this new pussy. Oh, see, I ain't had too much luck.
What about Spanish y'all?
I tell folks this all the time. As a nigga that's in his 40s now, 20-year-old pussy is like the fountain of youth.
Yeah.
So I aspire to get
Yeah.
to
What about CB? Would you fuck a 23-year-old?
I'm always, nigga, I'm an ex-boy scout, nigga. Be prepared is my motto, nigga.
So I aspire.
Are you ready for 20-year-old?
Nigga, be prepared, nigga. I'm ready,
Prepared
nigga.
is my motto.
So, yeah, I mean,
Fuck your life, bro.
it's a crazy, like, it's funny I was having this conversation with a young lady I'm talking to. From when we came up to this generation now,
I'm ready.
these niggas
So yeah, I mean,
ain't worth a fuck.
It's a crazy, like,
I be trying to tell. I talk to a lot of young niggas. Like, I deal with a lot of them, you know, with my other podcasts and being out in the streets dealing with them. And I try to explain to them, it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
I be trying to tell. I talk to a lot of young niggas. I deal with a lot of them, you know, with my other podcasts.
People don't understand.
Out in the streets dealing with them. And I try to explain to them, it's not about
That's very true.
quantity. It's about quality.
Well, here's the thing about that. So, I guess, let me get
See, I
People
love
don't
both, though.
I'm
understand.
about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? You can love. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta know the difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference. So there's niggas that love
Yeah,
pussy and
just
there's
big
niggas that
difference.
value it.
You gotta see
I
it.
love
I was
both
about to say
sides.
that.
But on the
You just gotta know
real,
the difference.
but on the real, super,
In
you
a
know,
sexual
to be true.
situation, expect.
Yeah, you just gotta know the difference.
Relationship type jump.
I love both sides of it.
Type jump.
But the problem is that a lot of jumps that are just who even set themselves up just to be
Yeah.
in a sexual situation expect
But I didn't know the
to
value.
be treated
But see,
like
that's the
a
catch-22.
relationship type jump. In reality, is you a relationship type jump.
But see, that's the catch-22.
In my
Niggas
20s,
like
I
us,
didn't know the value.
now,
I knew fuck. I knew sex. I knew where I wanted to bust a nut. But I didn't know the value of it.
see, but that's the catch-22. Now that niggas like us are in our 40s and we understand and can appreciate a relationship, we can't find one. But in our 20s, when we wasn't shit, we was having motherfuckers throwing relationships at us off the break that we weren't ready or mature enough to handle.
Now that niggas like us are in our 40s, and we understand and can appreciate a relationship, we can't find one. But in our 20s, when we wasn't shit, we was having motherfuckers throwing relationships off the break that we weren't ready or mature enough to handle.
But here's the thing.
I know motherfuckers that's 40 that's been
Exactly.
smashing since they was 20 something, just like everybody else. And the jumps that they think they ready for, even at a certain age, still not they not ready for them. So I mean, it just depends on what it is. Everything is circumstantial.
But real talk,
No bullshit. See,
Like, I ain't gonna lie.
in my 20s,
I was a
I
straight
wasn't
whore.
ready
I ain't
for a
even
lot
lying.
of things.
Yeah, I was a straight
I
whore.
had good women,
But
I just didn't know. I
I
didn't know
would
what the fuck
literally
to do.
hang up with somebody.
Because at the time, I wasn't a good man.
Like, I
Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not 20. I'm
Black
like, shit.
I was a straight whore.
I had numbers.
Yeah,
I
pretty
had
much.
Shit like, yo,
Like,
I dump a girl,
I would
girl,
literally hang up with somebody
she don't wanna be
and then
with
call somebody else. Like, I
was
had a
chilling.
board full of
I was chilling.
a black book,
Yeah.
a board.
I done had a
I had numbers. I had shit like, yo, if I dump a girl or we got in an
Yeah.
argument or she don't want to be with me, I'm probably fucking somebody she knew anyway.
I was chilling.
Bruh.
I was falling.
Let's just say I'm
Like,
I'm
I had
44
a
with
couple
no
of close
kids.
calls that in my 20s.
I'm 44 with no kids, so imagine what the fuck my 20s.
My son born at 18.
Look,
Shit.
they ain't on that. I ain't got no for child support. I ain't getting no tax refunds. Nigga, they ain't mine. I
CP3
need a
son
blood
34
test. I need a
right now.
motherfucking
What did I
W-2.
tell you?
bitch.
With no kids, so imagine what
I
the
ain't
fuck
look.
my 20s.
I've been all around,
Man,
like I said,
CP3
Lucas
has
said,
kids,
area
he's
codes. I
all
got
around.
different hoes, but I ain't never. My pull-out game is spectacular, nigga. I told you.
We'll talk to this.
I'm telling you, CP3 got a kid.
As much as we can say it,
I've been all around, like I said, Lucas said, area codes. I got different hoes.
CP3, real
My
talk.
pull-out game is spectacular.
Real talk, CP3.
Undefeated, nigga.
I tell you this, guys on shit.
Nigga, I'm undefeated, nigga. The champ is here, nigga. My pull-out game is spectacular, bro. Trust me.
If I can say, yo, did I miss,
Nah, nigga, my
put
pull-out
a
game is
nigga,
nah,
nigga, I know there was a
my
couple
pull-out
misses.
game is spectacular, nigga. I know when you
Nigga,
feel,
nigga, you
fellas.
lying like shit.
This is what's wrong with y'all nowadays. Nobody gave y'all
Nigga, you
nobody
got an
gave y'all
aunt
the
and a cousin or
advice.
something.
When you feel Mr. Tingle Man,
You got an aunt and a cousin
it's time to get the fuck out.
Don't
Don't get that extra Mr. Tingle Man, bro. We all know when Mr. Tingle Man get there, bro. When Mr. Tingle Man get there, pull out. Don't get that extra stroke or two. Cause that pre-cum is a motherfucker. I done got caught by the pre-cum before. But she got, you know, she was married. I didn't know about it. She got an abortion. That's another story. But
Tingle Man get there, pull out.
nah, that was a different
Don't get that extra stroke.
She was already pregnant.
You know,
That
how-
pre-cum is a motherfucker. I done got caught by the pre-cum before.
Mr. Tingle Man to fuck you up every time, bro. When you feel Mr. Tingle Man, get
That's the one
the
you
fuck
fucking in the church
out.
parking
That's the
lot?
key to having
Yeah,
your
it was.
pull-out game spectacular. I told you, undefeated 44-0, baby.
But Mr. Tingle Man to fuck you up every time, bro.
I ain't got no paternity lawsuits. I ain't got no DNA tests on my record.
That's the key to having your pull-out game spectacular.
That nigga better have a receding hairline too, cause it running the family.
He took a loss somewhere.
If he got hair, he ain't mine. You see this shit.
If you got a kid out there that got cornrows and bad feet and they call that nigga foots,
That nigga better have a receding hairline too.
Nigga, I lost mine at 27, nigga.
If he got hair, he ain't mine. You see this shit.
Hey, I was getting hair. I had cornrows, nigga. Well, he better play ball and he better be ready to get a scholarship, nigga. 'Cause I can teach you some football, but if anything else, your mama kept you away from me. It ain't my fault.
that's because he's wearing a lot of hats.
You goddamn right. She ain't tell me shit. Ain't nobody send me no inbox, no DM, no motherfucking tweet. Ain't nobody tell me shit.
I can teach you football, but if Anything else, your mama kept you away from.
Nigga.
Nigga, you always say the mama kept you
You
away.
goddamn right. She ain't telling me shit. Ain't nobody sent me no
If
inbox.
the glove don't
or
fit,
no
you must have quit, goddamn.
And Super, this is your client.
Right now,
All I'm saying is
actually, I don't even know how we
Yeah,
ended up
shit.
in court.
Exactly.
There's no case against my client.
Let me tell you what happened with your man one day. So he came to this
Right
motherfucker.
now,
He came to this
actually, I don't even know how we
drinking,
ended up in court.
and
There's no case against my client.
So let me tell you what happened with
Now,
your
hold
man
up.
one day.
Hold up. No, we got to give context for this story. As he's pouring his drink, he's
and
saying, I mixed
I was like, yo,
151
dog.
with, what the fuck was it? Jack Daniels. So I'm thinking about, he's talking about in his cup. Now that day, I didn't have any, I didn't have that much, herbal relaxation medicine with me. So I was in the mood to, have a couple. I know, I'm still waiting for my background check on my clearance for this new job.
And that day, I didn't have that much, herbal.
Long story short, I didn't know that he mixed it in the bottle, not in his cup. So on my third cup, about this big, about this full, we're doing the show, we're in like hour 3, and I'm like, something ain't right.
I didn't know that he mixed it.
So we in the show about 11 o'clock.
So on my third
I live like 30 minutes away.
About this fool.
I didn't get home till about
I'm
1:30.
doing the show, we're in like hour 3, and I'm
And
like,
I don't know what the fuck those 2.5 hours went.
so we in the show about 11 o'clock. I live like 30 minutes away. I didn't get home.
All I know is,
So I woke up.
I was $60 like my
I
wallet,
woke up
and I felt
this
relaxed.
nigga posted on his Facebook.
I ended up in Northeast.
I'm just kidding.
I don't
I'm
know
like,
how I ended up over there.
Yo, and then the
Yeah, but I don't remember.
fucked up.
All I remember is I was $60 like that in my wallet, and I felt relaxed.
I ended up in
You
Northeast.
say that.
I don't know how.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I don't remember. All I remember is
yeah.
I was $60 like that in my wallet.
That's why I don't.
I felt relaxed.
I make sure I ask a question before I drink with this motherfucker of what's in the container before I pour.
He gave him $20 tip. That shit must have felt really good.
So,
If you
yeah,
drink with
got
me,
cash.
that's why I don't.
I'm not
I
fucking
make
with
sure I ask a question before I
I
drink
knew
with
what
this
was going
motherfucker.
on. As soon as he said moonshine, I was like, fuck no.
I mean, the show is called At the Bar. My name is 151. If you drink with me, it's
that nigga drinking off one glass of my shit.
Nigga, I didn't drink tequila. Nigga, I didn't drink tequila. Tequila was my antichrist. I wouldn't. This nigga got some imported shit from
One little
Mexico.
splash of moonshine, and that's
that
it.
nigga drinking off one glass of his shit.
That's why when you grabbed this moonshine, I was like, oh shit, this about to be wild.
Tequila was my antichrist. I
Need to
wouldn't
joke.
eat this nigga got some imported shit from
Did you
Mexico.
hear what I told you when I first got on the show? I said,
I know,
I've
then
been
you let me
drinking
pour it too.
James
That was
since
that.
12.
Not only was
That was great. That was great.
I'm still
We did the NFL draft, and I was drinking with my homies. We came out here, and then you handed me a quarter cup of
I
moonshine.
did, yeah.
Fucking with
So,
you.
I know, and then you let me pour it too. That was
Not only am I
that was
super
brave.
cool,
That was brave.
I'm super smart cat
Oh
too.
boy, oh boy.
Sipping the shit out this moonshine.
Oh man, yeah. Dog, I honestly, I love when Super come through. We always have fun. We always have fun. Always have fun.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. It's definitely.
The funny thing is, so last time Super was here, he actually, before me and he started doing the show, he came on the week of my birthday. I did the show.
Yeah.
I really did a show every day. That week of
Oh, I
my
remember that.
birthday.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yo, the funny thing is, so last time Super was here, he actually, before me and you started doing the show, he came on the week of my birthday when I did the show. I literally did a show every day that week of my birthday, and then Super came through. Man, we had a blast.
Yeah, that's some real shit, bro.
I'm always going to shout out Super.
When you out on your
Like I
ass,
said,
Like real talk.
I don't think
George is my
Super
man.
know how much
George
I
says,
how much
"Oh,
I
we gotta put
appreciate
the
like
other
that
niggas up
day.
in the hotel, but we didn't got nowhere to sleep."
Because on some real
George
shit
is my
like
dude, so I'm
nigga.
like, yo,
You out on your ass.
Like real talk. George is my man. So when George says, "Yo, we gotta put these other niggas up in the hotel, but we didn't got nowhere to sleep," George is my dude. So I'm gonna be like, "Yo, okay, let's
I mean,
put
that's
the niggas up in the
like I say,
hotel." and we ain't got nowhere to sleep. We gonna find out. We
that's some
gonna
real
find a way.
shit.
And
I dap niggas up like you cool and
Super
stuff,
came
right?
through
Like,
so much.
look
Like
at
I don't even
Super
think Super know how much I appreciate it.
Like, even
On some real shit.
one, he allowed us out.
I look at Super like fam, like real talk. I don't call everybody fam. Like I dap niggas up like you cool and stuff, but not everybody fam. I look at Super like fam because
That's the thing.
like he allowed us our moment, but then he was like, yo, nigga, you know I ain't gonna let you. You good. You. And then he not only did he say it, but he showed us. Like we literally woke up that next morning, me, Super, and Renegade outside, them niggas smoking. We having a great conversation, and Super. But that's the tone of the whole thing. He was like, oh, y'all niggas good. Fuck everything that happened before. And that's how he carried it. Whatever happened before y'all got in this house, it is what it is.
That's
Like, we
real talk.
probably-
Because I've been in
Real
situations
talk, the
where
niggas in the hotel
I
didn't
went
have
out of
as much
town
fun as we
and
had in
shit
the
ain't go
fucking
right the way it was supposed to go. And I didn't have a motherfucker look out for me. And I've been in situations where I did have a motherfucker look out for me. And the fact when you're out of town and you're ass out because of some shit that's out of your control, and somebody shows love and look out for you and beyond look out for you, ball out with you, that's some shit that you're not going to forget because
somebody shows love and look out for you, beyond look out for
You know what
you.
I'm saying? So
All
yeah,
out
you out
with
of town, but
nigga.
That's some shit that you're not going to forget.
Nigga.
that's your home away from
Just
home.
imagine.
We out of town, but I lived in Atlanta for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we out of town, but
But that's like the same thing when we went down Virginia Beach.
But
You
just-
know, shit was fucked up, but I was like, look, I got
dog,
fam down there.
Just imagine
We gonna
waking
have a
up
good
at
time.
6 and partying all the way to 3. That was every day that we was there.
That's like the same thing when we went down Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
You know, shit was fucked up, but I was like, look, I got fam down there. We gonna have a good
And,
time.
and that's one thing, and honestly, that's one thing I do appreciate, and we don't talk about that a lot. But you know, CP3, when my aunt died, I was in a bad place. My aunt passed away.
Yeah, like,
That's my
dog,
second
fuck that,
mom.
dog. I got the rental
And
car. I already
I
got
just
somewhere to stay,
remember,
nigga. Let's go, nigga.
we were supposed to do something in Richmond with Renegade and stuff, and we couldn't make it. And then CP like, no, fuck that, we still going to Virginia. And real talk, CPT got the rental car. He went and got someplace to stay for us, and we was there for like 4 or 5 days. It was 4th of July weekend, and I needed to get away because I was at my breaking point. Like,
Yeah, it's all about love.
I don't even think CP3 knew how much I probably needed to get away. And all his people showed me love. So I do appreciate both y'all because it when you going through something so much and you got people to hold you down. And the crazy thing is, the year before was him, and the year after was you. It was, you know, I've been blessed to have people like y'all in my life, like real talk. When you have genuine people that actually care about y'all, that care about you and hold you down through some of your toughest situations, that's how you define what friendship and brotherhood is. You know, I will always. I could be 102. I'm gonna tell the story about what you did. I'll be 103. I'll say the story about what you did. Because I appreciate that. Like as a man, like real talk. I am man enough to say I appreciate y'all, brothers. I appreciate y'all because I've had some worse
Yeah,
moments.
because sometimes you got to talk about that real shit though.
Yeah. Nah, no bullshit. Love, bro. It's always gonna be that. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Look,
You're wild
no
nigga.
bullshit.
I like to have fun, baby. Like to have fun, baby.
You know what I'm saying? It's been
Yeah, wild nigga.
energy is awesome. Always been
I'm
that.
not introducing you to my sister.
Bro.
That's my pants, though. That's my pants, man.
Definitely.
I didn't even think you did nothing wrong then, so I definitely don't think you doing that.
I'm in my 40s now, dog. I'm different, dog. I'm different.
You might still feel used.
Yeah, this is the most learned interview ever.
You ain't even think you did nothing wrong then, so I definitely don't think you doing that wrong now. So, I don't believe you. You might still feel youthful. I ain't
Fucking with him, he been swearing all
but
motherfucking.
you know, y'all, hey,
Bruh, that should be right, baby.
We at the bar drinking.
so I popped in, showed
I
had some
appreciate you so
moonshine.
much.
They tried to get me drunk.
Love,
Fucking with him, we just learned all motherfucking.
Fucking show.
We at the bar. We at the bar drinking moonshine.
Yo, I appreciate you so much. Like real talk.
Love, peace, for sure. Always, you can call me. I'll let you know when that actual video drops. And then we can go ahead and get to the next. Because I gave you the early premiere, but I'll probably actually give you an actual
There's a lot of niggas we interview. Yeah,
So we'll talk about that later.
First of all, like real talk. I appreciate you, like, because you tune in even when you're not on the show. Like, there's not a lot. There's a lot of niggas we interview, and a lot of people that, like, we had a conversation. You was actually engaged in the
You trying to call me
conversation.
corny or something?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Nah. I appreciate you for being real, though. Like,
I don't know how to do nothing.
Yeah, and your own.
Look, I have morals, man. If we cool, I ain't gonna fuck with this. Look, if your aunt wanna throw it out there, look, I'm in my 40s now, dog.
Nah, we
Shit
about to
different
shit.
now, dog. You know, I ain't got that 20-year-old thing.
Yeah, and your aunt.
I got that. Oh yeah. He don't want one. Send, you can send one. You can send one my way. You can send one my way.
Hey, your cousin's
I
cousin.
had this conversation when I was in high school.
I ain't got that 20-year-old.
If somebody get rock a white bitch,
I don't want one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with white bitches.
Let me.
Don't get rock a white bitch.
I told you, the only color I worry about is
real
green
talk,
and pink.
I had this
Money,
conversation
weed, and
when I was
pussy.
in high
That's
school,
it.
and I met some white girls.
That's all that matters. Money, weed, and pussy. That's it.
I don't think there is, but I just don't.
They didn't mean to be
I
white
told you, the
bitch.
only
Just
color I
remember.
worry about is green and pink. Money, we only pussy. That's it.
Now, and I'm walking off.
That's all that matters. Money, weed, and pussy. That's it.
So, Super Cool Cat. Before you walk, I want to play something exclusive too, because we the only people that got this.
Man, this shit had me ready to jump out my seat
So,
and start throwing
My
dollars now.
homegirl Jade, her husband is an artist in Africa, and I gotta play this song, right? Like this joint got a super blast. Like CP going through like this little crazy ass thing, and it's in French, but it's cool.
Prince des anges d'Afrique Bébé la mukana olota Mama oyebi sangai Nabala mando nate Nabala mando nate Bébé la mukana olota Mama bandeli lisusu Nabala mando nate Nabala mando nate Asia malamu bazalie Akolala kolamuka na projet na yo Otie yo na mabombeli yo Oyanga mando na uti wapi Apekisaki nga bilingalinga Mekasi na yo kakite Tala efuti nga zero Nazande matoi mangongi Ngongi yo 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 Ebele baza wa ils font semblant mais bayebike na suka bakobala na teo Popostenga tous les jours na ba réseaux sociaux na yo synonyme jusqu'à la gardeo Supaka na besomni na ba chagrin na ba souci na ba tumement na ba jeté blanc Suka nango olalindi tola wewa Bona bien moi c'est à Polinga Bakota mabele likolo kozanga koyeba
Make you want to smack some asses, dog. I'm sorry, dog. That shit didn't make you.
Like I,
You know,
like I
exactly.
always
You know what I'm
say,
saying? Yeah, they out there with the feathers on.
I feel it.
I knew you would appreciate
CP3, yo, so what the fuck is you doing, nigga?
Make you want to smack some asses, dog. I'm sorry.
I love
Nigga, you get, oh, that's smooth.
It made me feel like Carnival and Trinidad.
You know exactly. See what I'm saying? Yeah, they out there
The
with
funny thing
Still
is,
have culture.
super, I know you appreciate this because I know how culture. And I
You
love
can still have culture
fact
and
that we
smack
can
ass
play
at the same time.
your shit, international shit, like
Exactly.
everybody's shit,
Right. I pride myself on
People
smack
don't
ass.
even, I don't think they understand the diversity of what we do at the bar. But
Still have culture and smack ass at the same time.
I bet you.
Actually, most cultures smack more ass than America.
Exactly.
You got a good following.
But I like the joint. That's his name is Prince.
Following the
Dope.
Africans is crazy.
Yeah,
The beat in
The smallest city in
He
Africa.
got a good following. He got actually got another song out. That's on Spotify. I gotta download that joint.
And following the Africans is crazy.
But the beat,
The
yo,
joint- the
the
joint
beat
did
in
rock.
the
The
smallest
City in
city.
Africa is bigger than the biggest city in America.
Yeah. The funny thing is like the beat.
Yeah,
and
Africa.
the-
Well, you know, I'm a producer.
You
know,
know the first, if you want to get into it, the first one civilization.
Well, you know, I'm
Invitation primarily.
I'm also a producer myself, so I make beats also.
So you know the first one
Yes, I
civilization.
definitely feel that.
You
that
know
vibe
the first,
and
if you
shit,
want to get
but
into this, the
it's-
first one civilization.
I love the process of making beats because there's so many different ways you
I'm
can
also a producer
affect
myself, so I make beats also.
a person's mind
Yes,
state
I definitely feel
just
that
by
that
making
vibe
music.
and shit.
Especially when you think about
It's-
the next level.
I
Exactly.
love
Focus
the
on
process of making beats because there's so many
Stop the
different
phone.
ways you can affect.
Okay.
See, I'm a herbal medicationist. You know what I'm saying? So
Alright.
I'm in the lab late.
Weed is involved.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the lab late at night with the Bluetooth phone with my.
$50 right now, walking with a half an ounce.
Okay.
I got a half ounce in my bag.
I'm a
No,
herbal
no,
medicationist.
Alright. Alright.
I'm in the
Nigga,
lab.
you know weed is
Never do,
involved.
baby.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the lab late
Oh
at
no,
night.
sir, never do.
Nigga, you'll give a motherfucker $50 right now, walk with a half an
Nigga, I
ounce.
got connections. I got connections. I got connections.
No, but I bet you didn't cost you $50.
Like I said,
Oh, okay, I bet you.
Never do,
I bet you didn't cost you
you not
$50.
even.
And if so, let me know who the nigga is when we get offline. Now for $50.
Yo, super. Like I said, I appreciate it.
Bro, I'm just living life, bro.
I was his favorite Jay-Z song is the takeover.
Because that's the thing, man. We gotta put our foot on niggas' throats, dog. We gotta stop playing this passive bullshit role that these niggas is taking. We gotta put, you gotta take over. Sometimes you gotta do that, nigga. You know the Europeans had a rule when they moved over to Scotland. They moved over there, and then Scotland moved over. They had a point where they could fuck your fucking wife on her newlywed night.
You said fuck your sister. I'm gonna
It's
fuck
about taking over, bro. It's about imposing your fucking will. Please do, bro. You gotta let these motherfuckers know, nigga. We claiming our territory back, nigga.
So we'll talk though.
It's about taking over, bro.
I'm going to go fuck a white bitch tonight.
I wouldn't even try.
Yo.
Let these motherfuckers know, nigga. We claiming our territory back, nigga.
So
Right now.
we'll talk before we in the
I
show.
wasn't defending that motherfucker. That was the piece of shit.
It's some bullshit.
How would you watch?
He was fucking his cousin.
Oh, they wanted to show his love of black music. Fuck
I'm
them.
defending that motherfucker.
I'm not. No.
Yes, is white and halfway racist, just like every other white
He's
person.
not
Those black
racist. He's
people.
always racist. He said a black person can do nothing but shine his shoes. The fact of the matter, the one thing you do learn from the movie is that all the shit from his dancing to his music, if you don't know, he stole from black people. For fuck that nigga.
Y'all.
You made me say something to do with a lot of my followers, and I don't want
I do like white bitches.
I just want to let y'all know that
Don't listen to nothing that Rakim said. I didn't say that.
Yo,
CP3 might have fucked your daughters. I only fucked a couple of them.
And your aunties.
And your aunties. I just want to let y'all know that Rakim and CP3 is always up to some bullshit at the bar.
we are.
And I didn't. And
151 is always up to bullshit.
he trying to get me.
All right,
some other
I gotta
shit.
make it. I gotta make a statement on Megan.
Definitely that. And
I gotta make a
people were mad because
I gotta make a statement.
Megan Thee Stallion had the she up twerking.
I gotta make a statement on Megan Thee Stallion.
Go ahead.
All right. I gotta make a statement.
She's twerking in the.
I'm not really into the music scene, but if you're looking for that nigga to be in the background, give you what you want.
Go ahead.
When you come home, dinner be cooked, bath would be ran, laundry be done. Nigga, I miss my restaurant, nigga. I always get down in the kitchen. All I'ma say is, if you want that stay-at-home nigga, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. I guarantee you he ain't gonna treat you the way I'm gonna treat you. So all I'ma say is,
I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
once that nigga fuck up, hit a nigga up on IG, just slide my DM, baby. I will be there in the morning. I will find a way to get there.
What you gonna do,
Nigga, I got fam down Texas.
I care more. Slide my DM, baby. I will be there.
All I got to say is, I don't do sloppy seconds, but in her case,
I got fam down Texas.
it is what it is. Nigga. You know, I get in where I fit in, nigga. That's just what I do.
All I got to say is,
It's only a certain few females that I will put myself on that back burner. She's one of them. I like a little bald head ass, but I can't put her on that.
This show is much
it's only a certain
Yeah, I couldn't cook for the girl on this. I couldn't cook. But it's a couple other females that would definitely. And Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, I'm not tripping. I'm not a fan of your music. I don't really listen to it. I don't know what the fuck you say. But yeah, Kanye be cool, but yeah, I'm fuck you.
Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not tripping like a fan of your music. I don't listen to it. I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, for real, okay, I gotta ask you a question. Even though with all the so-called toxic bullshit about it,
you know what, dog?
Would you
I
still fuck
really thought we was going to do a
Kim K
2-hour
and
show
Marilyn?
today.
For real, okay, I gotta ask you a question.
Thank you. I was just checking. I thought I was on the name.
Kim K, you changed her life.
Bruh.
Kim K told, listen, I believe that Kim K and Kanye
Every
was
time that you have smashed and smashed
and she
somebody,
looked at him and was like, baby,
get over
you
it.
put in a lot of real good
I
effort.
was just checking.
It's
He's
some
so
real good music.
Kim K will change your life.
Bruh.
Kim K told, listen,
How about- what
I
about
believe
you
that Kim
take
K and
no
Kanye
effort,
West was laying in the
real
bed,
bad
right?
music,
And she looked at him and was like, babe, you put in a lot of real good effort into real good music. And you only make okay numbers. How about, what if I told you you could take no effort, make real bad music, and still double your
and
numbers?
make it monetary?
He was like, how can I do
These
that, babe?
motherfuckers went to a
And she
Whole
said, do it
Foods,
like this.
came out and had a flash
What
mob
the Kardashians do is they make everything
Whole Foods
that we
and
do in
that
regular
video
life
made
into a
$500,000.
spectacle and make it monetized.
Yeah.
These
These are the
motherfuckers went to a Whole
conversations that
Foods,
people need to pay
came
attention
out and had a
That's what
flash
I'm saying,
mob
to. It's not
dance
what you're
scene
doing.
out
It's
front of the
about
fucking
how
Whole
you
Foods.
monetize.
And that video made
Listen,
$500,000.
sit right here and have this conversation with you right now, right?
These are the
Take this
conversations
conversation.
that people need to pay attention to.
Cut up a couple of
It's
pieces
not
of
about what you're doing.
conversation.
It's
Just
about
take
how
this
you can
back wall right
monetize.
here and put it in a music
Listen
video.
to me.
Right
I
now.
can sit right here and have this
Monetize.
conversation with you right now, right?
Nobody else
Take
will
this
do that.
conversation, cut up a couple of pieces of the conversation,
All I got
just
to
take
say
this
is,
back wall right here and put it in a music
if I
video
catch Kim
right
K,
now and monetize.
nigga, I don't
Nobody
give
else
a
will-
fuck.
nobody else will do that, though.
I'm going to ask you, bitch, to let me just say something disrespectful to her on camera and then tell me she's offended and
I
put it
catch
on her
Kim
Instagram.
K.
I would have fucked you.
I don't give a
If I catch Kim K, I'm going to ask this bitch to let me
And
just
just
say
feel real
something
bad about it.
disrespectful to her
Real
on
bad
camera
about
and
it.
tell me
So
she's
everybody can
offended.
go listen to
and
my
put it
music
on
and
her
tell me how
Insta.
bad of a person.
I want to fuck
As
you.
those streams start
I
to
just
build,
want you to put me on
and
the map
everybody
by
tells
being
you how much they
disrespectful
hate
to
me.
Kim K.
just let me
And then feel
let
real
me
bad
hate
about
me
it.
like
I want you to feel
a
real bad about it. So everybody
I'm
can
not
go
an
listen to
artist.
my music and tell me how bad of a person I am. And as
Listen to me.
those streams start to
They did it
build,
on purpose.
and everybody tells me how much they hate me,
And then
just let
radio shit.
them hate me as I go pick my check.
too. Let me answer the tweet.
I'm not a
Yo, when you make a point and your mom's dramatic,
All I got to say
you know
is,
something, right?
Brandy,
Listen to me.
if you need an
They
OnlyFans,
did it on
you need
purpose.
your sex tape delete,
And
holla
Ray
at
J
me.
was like, shit, my franchise something too.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I still fuck.
Nigga, I hit it
Nigga, I was still slash
Boy
Brandy.
was hers, man.
Man, maybe Monica can sing better because Brandy like she can
Like,
fuck.
what the Brandy got to do with this?
Nobody care about
She got cheeks, dog. Monica's skinny as a
Monica's better
motherfucker.
than Brandy.
Who's skinny?
No.
Monica sing better than Brandy like she.
Look,
Yeah,
I like slim bitches because they can take the dick, but when I want somebody to throw it back, I want somebody with some cushion for the pussy.
They both skinny.
Moesha showed me that Monica is better. Yeah, Monica had that slick ass fade in the
I
back.
like slim bitches because they can take the
I'll
dick.
bust on Moesha
When I want
face
somebody to
though.
throw it back, I want somebody to push it for the pussy.
I'll bust on Moesha. Oh, Megan. Oh, boy, I put baby in there. I'm
Moesha
sorry.
showed me that. Yeah, Megan been around ice cream truck and Friday.
I will put a hole in the rubber myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, in the rubber? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Megan
what?
better than both of
Sorry,
them. Megan good like both of them.
I'm trapping bitches. Fuck that nigga. I'm 44, nigga. I'm older. Nigga. I'm trapping bitches. I'm trapping bitches. Fuck that
Hold
shit.
down the rubber. I'm not putting no holes in
I'm trapping bitches. Fuck that.
See, listen, don't say both of y'all. I said listen.
I'm being honest too, nigga. I'm trapping bitches. I ain't no faking about shit. But it's on the record. When we go to court, it's on the record. I told these bitches. They didn't listen. That's not my fault.
I'm being honest too. Nigga, I'm trapping bitches. I ain't got no
honest right now, but they're not watching this interview. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He not gonna show them neither.
But it's
That's
on the
what I'm
record.
saying.
When we go to court, it's on the record. I told these bitches. They didn't listen. That's not my fault.
All right, see, we about to end the show. What you want? You want all of me by Renegade, or you want the drop off? I knew you say that, motherfucker. We out here. Thank you, Super Cool Cat, man.
I want you to get this fuck with these bricks. I want you
Yo,
to find out
PPP,
where they
it's
live.
true.
I want them dead.
I didn't know the other nigga was on there with
I
Bob
want
Renegade.
the house first to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to put it to the
Just tell me who I can't. Just tell me who I can't fuck. Just tell me who I can't fuck, and then we good.
You probably be cool. You probably be they'll bring you up.
I adapted my environment very well.
Got a young nigga who don't play by the pop off. We about to go and make a play, that's a drop off. They always wondering why I act like this, cause my block hard. They wonder why she always in my whip, cause that top's off. I'm always clipping, gripping on that glick, don't make it hot dog. Getting this shit acting like she with the shits, I got that hot sauce. They always know I'm in touch with the street, don't need no iPhone. If he always show a nigga love, you know I rock for him. Gotta cup your homies turn on you, they gon' cry for you. Run around like you the man, Robert Downey gon' put the iron on you. Had to live to learn a lesson, this is what you die for. Every day this shit a blessing, cause it's been what I want. Never dealt with pounds on my night, on my high horse. We was always sitting in the kitchen like a possum. All my bitches all wear designer, we don't do knockoffs. Switch about a little paper, man, that is not law. Got a young nigga who don't play by the pop off. We about to go and make a play, that's a drop off. All my bitches all wear designer, we don't do knockoffs. Switch about a little paper, man, that is not law. Got a young nigga who don't play by the pop off. We about to go and make a play, that's a drop off. Okay, the niggas, they don't really want no work, we get them knocked off. Niggas grabbing switches or the pumping, that's the salt off. I got bitches running in and out the trap, they like the fucking me and slime. Got the packs from the back, so we
I didn't realize it was a renegade, man.
my niggas got drenched, and bitches love me, one out of two. Don't get it confused, plus
I thought you niggas copy and you got, right?
can't count shit, but they got hella money. I know niggas, I can't trust their moves, niggas hella funny. Aye. Fresh out the ghetto legit. She suck me off like a tick. She love when I hit and don't miss. She love when I pull up to the curbside. Tell her show me her tits. You fresh off the perk, you stuck in the jam. He about to run in your shit. Yeah, yeah. All my bitches all wear designer, we don't do knockoffs. Switch about a little paper, man, that is not law. Got a young nigga who don't play by the pop off. We about to go and make a play, that's a drop off. All my bitches all wear designer, we don't do knockoffs. Switch about a little paper, man, that is not law. Got a young nigga who don't play by the pop off. We